All right, we on, bro. We on. All right,
Yo,
we
yo,
live.
yo.
All right, y'all. We got some
We
breaking
live.
news about Tyler Perry. All right, so Tyler Perry being sued for $260 million for sexual assault from some Oval actor, some actor from the show The Oval. So we gonna go ahead and get into this,
Mm-mm-mm.
man. We need the mystery music for this one, bro. Hold on.
It's definitely a
So we got
mystery.
another billionaire name in the media, caught up in the media on some sexual assault stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. This is what is this? ABC News, I think, or no? This is yeah, this is NBC. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let me know if the volume good too. Let me know if we good on the audio too.
Actor and filmmaker
You
Tyler Perry sued for
yep.
$260 million over sexual harassment allegations. The complaint filed in Los Angeles accuses Perry of creating a, quote, coercive, sexually exploitative dynamic with actor Derek Dixon. Dixon was in two of Tyler Perry's shows, The Oval and Ruthless. In a statement to NBC News, Perry's team says this appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam, calling the allegations fabricated claims. Let's bring in NBC Steven Romo, who's following this. Steven, what more do we know about the allegations here?
Yeah, Tom, just going through those allegations in this lawsuit seeking $260 million in damages, alleging sexual harassment, assault, retaliation as well. The direct details include inappropriate touching. As you mentioned, Dixon starred in The Oval with Tyler Perry, and we got this statement from inside the complaint. Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to molest, abuse, and sexually assault impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look to him for guidance and mentorship while pursuing their dreams. So you can read from that. Implies there are more people who are alleging this than just Dixon. We have a bit of a timeline here for the relationship that we know, the professional relationship between these two men and the allegations made in this complaint, saying that they met in 2019. The lawsuit alleges that then their relationship moved forward with this professional advancement. And in 2019, Perry offering Dixon a small role in Ruthless. And then in January 2020, that is when Dixon accuses Perry of sexually assaulting him in his home. And then the following month, Dixon alleges that Perry offered him a series regular role in The Oval. Now, we do have a comment from Tyler Perry's attorneys saying that this individual appears to have been setting Tyler Perry up. They say that they are alleging that this is a scam and saying, quote, Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. Now, we've also reached out to the attorney for Dixon, and he said that these allegations in the lawsuit stand for themselves. So just the very beginning of this process, but a lot of people are paying attention to this. Tyler Perry, quite successful, quite a bit of fame here, Tom.
Yeah, it will get a lot of attention. Steven Romo, thanks.
So this is another billionaire, y'all, in the media again for a sexual scandal. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This
I
could be a
don't
money
believe
grab,
it.
another money grab. So this dude stayed the night at Tyler Perry's guest home, and he said Tyler Perry went in the guest room while he was laying in there, laid in bed with him, and started rubbing on his thigh and all that. I don't believe it. I don't know, bro. I that's hard for me to believe. I don't put nothing past nobody, but I don't know, bro. I think this is another setup, another billionaire being set up, of course. But
Even
this
if he
dude,
did, they ain't worth no 260 million. 260?
Facts.
260?
Facts.
260 million?
Now this dude dropped some text messages between him and supposedly Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into some of these text messages that this guy exposed or whatever. So I don't know, bro. Yeah,
Why didn't he call the police and say I was sexually harassed?
Why he ain't punched Tyler Perry in his face? If man, you gonna let another man rub your thigh? That's the same thing.
If he punched him in the face, he wouldn't have, that might have messed up his whole career and everything, and he could have went to jail for that.
Man, so what?
It is, but the best thing to do is make a public, call the cops and make it public.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then
sue.
But the thing about it is, this like remind me the same thing with Lil Rod dude saying uh Cuban Gooding Jr. rubbed his thigh in the studio. I don't mean to be laughing, y'all, but this stuff be sounding crazy. Yeah, you let another grown man rub with your thigh, bro. You ain't swing on him or.
Was it
I mean,
Meek crying at the billionaire boy was touching his?
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Yo,
Mike
this.
Rubin. Mike Rubin.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what be going on with these folks, man.
This man got his hands on my leg.
I don't know, bro. All right, so this dude.
I feel like if Tyler Perry felt comfortable enough to get in the bed with dude, I felt like that dude liked it.
Right,
but now you see that everybody's suing these billionaires to get money. He wouldn't have joined the club and sue a billionaire to get money for some shit he probably liked anyway.
260 million, bro. Nah. All right, so
260.
These supposed to be some text message exchanges between this Dixon character and Tyler Perry. So this guy said, "Nice picture. The water does look calm." Nice picture. So I guess the blue is Dixon and the black is Tyler Perry. I don't know, bro.
Dixon.
Nice picture with question mark. Great, amazing, awesome picture. You don't see that stud in the nice picture. So I guess that's supposed to be Tyler Perry in the black. So bear with me, y'all. Just bear with us. All right. So this is dude saying, "I can call you later or tomorrow sometime." So I guess this is Tyler Perry responding, "You have a really fresh voice and take on things. I don't know where things is going, but I laugh the entire time. I can see the world in characters." He said, "My exclusively ends with 30 days. I want to take losing out to the Amazon, Netflix after the gauge their interest." So I don't know what the hell these niggas talking about, bro. "But I also want to try to get with you, the right people, to help you make these shows work. They are not for my audience, but we need to find a home for this stuff. I don't want to miss another creek." I guess, I don't know what they got, something blacked out. Something creek. You know that Eugene bought, hold on, let me say it. I don't want to miss another something creek. You know that Eugene bought that to me the first, but I didn't get it. I don't know what these niggas talking about. I guess dude trying to pitch a show to Tyler Perry or whatever. I guess that's what they was talking about. I don't know. Bear with us though, y'all. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, man. I can't even see that shit. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. I can't even see that. Can you see that, bro?
Nah, I can't see that shit.
Jones is little as hell. You
that shit little, bro.
Something about, but I swear to you, I know how to fix this. I love killing something. I can't see that shit, John. That John little as hell. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, man. All right, so this is the nigga saying, right, and we just have had a heaping dose of it. What the hell is they talking about? A heaping dose?
Nothing.
What the hell is they talking about? It's really weird.
Even they asked, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
even Tyler asked, what are you talking about?
I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months. Huh? What? What the hell, bro? What the hell is this talking about, bro? This nigga said I haven't been touched in months. What the hell going on here, y'all? You said, "Oh yeah, mean touching."
It's getting a little spicy.
Yeah, it's getting a little spicy up in the text messages, ain't it? You said, "Oh, you mean touching?" I thought you meant being around people. Jacob, bro, I don't know who the hell, bro. I'm lost like a motherfucker with this. He said, "I love that you only say that when you being stupid. LOL. I guess the Jacob, dumbest version of me. I guess that's what they. I don't, bro.
Spicy sausage links. Spicy sausage links type of conversation. Hot link.
All right. So this, I guess, he said, you know
Hot
what I
links.
cook? You know what I cook, Derek? Spaghetti, cake, spaghetti and cake.
Spaghetti
What the hell?
cake.
Spaghetti and cake. What?
That sound like some
Wait,
freak.
look.
That sound like a
Freaky-
freak
freak
combination. Spaghetti
freak-
and cake.
I'm so drunk talking ish. All right, so I guess this is Tyler said, what's going on?
What is it going to take for you to
What
have
it's
guiltless
going to
sex?
take for you to have guiltless, bro? What the hell is what the hell is spicy? What in the
It's
spicy thing
hot
going on here,
links.
bro?
Deep
Have y'all
spicy
found
Deep
that
and
yet?
Watson.
He said, so have y'all found that yet in therapy? Yes, it's the exact same kind of card, Geo Metro. Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool. Where you came from. Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can be half free, huh? You can be half freedom. This nigga can't even. You can be half freedom from religious guilt and still believe in, I guess, I don't know what, I guess God, I guess, I don't know. All right, can you see that, bro?
Could you
He
zoom
said-
in a little bit
Yeah, let
more?
me see if I can zoom in or something.
A little bit more, cause
All right, hold on. I think hold on.
I mean, it looked like dude was all for it. Like you,
All right.
you felt like a man
right.
was coming at you like that. You wouldn't be continuing
All
the
right.
conversation.
All right, so these the one we missed. He said,
But I swear to you,
I
I know how to fix this. Yeah,
I love killing the mother effort in a show no one expects. You could be sipping Mai Tais, counting coconuts right now. Think about the last episode. They are all shot. They are all shot at. We don't know who lives. Exactly. I'm scared. They should be too. Nope, they're not. Last I checked, we all got the same bullets in us. What the fuck is they talking about, man?
they talking about look like they talking about shit
The
on
show?
the show.
All right, so
But then it looked like sexual innuendos at the same
Innuendo?
time. So yeah, that's
here
what it
we
looks
go.
like.
All right, so here we go. Treat myself right. What are you doing, Derek? Derek? I guess that's supposed to be. He said, just talking to my sister. I roll. Fine. Good night. I'll go to 600 people.
I roll.
Yeah,
Grown
right.
ass man.
Grown ass nigga, I roll. I'll go to 600 people in my phone book. And I'll be annoyed that I don't want to talk to any of them. Trying to get off so I can go to sleep. LOL. I understand. LOL. Apparently, you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. I just started. They didn't. LOL. Oh,
It sounds like a conversation you would have with a chick.
right. In your no, it is stronger. You gotta have a strong no. Yes, it's strong. My mom literally thinks I'm going to sell my soul to the Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that, and it's real. What I don't think, what do you say? Well, I don't think about that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no and mean it and make it clear. Well, Monique probably about to have a field day with this shit, bro.
Damn, look what this nigga said. Read what this nigga
He
said.
said, I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar.
Right
Joke.
there.
Right.
You
yeah,
see
yeah,
that?
right there.
You
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Right there. Right there.
right.
He don't need no 260 million.
Right.
Cause he'd be down for anything to, you know what I mean?
Right.
If it got him an Oscar.
I only say yes if it gets me an Oscar.
It's talking about some just kidding.
So,
We know he ain't just kidding.
Right. I hear you. Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. So just stick to the no. Yeah. Tyler Perry kind of like, nah, bro. All right. So he said, I will hope that you will let someone hold you that love you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me. I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Well, it's not it's not this person, but yes, I want that too. I'm working on it. Therapy is helping. All right now. All right, so he said, listen to me. If I let you know that not and let you know that I have a new friendship, then you are opening yourself up to a lot of questions and foolishness. You want them to know that you are there because your talent and not because we have a friendship or because Tony got me to give you a job. He said you earn your spot like everyone else. Don't give people an opportunity to play you small or they will. I can't teach you everything. Unfortunately, there are some things you'll have to learn for yourself. Cause we know cause we because when we go back to work, I'm not going to know you. I don't have any friends that work for me. My friend professional is key. I guess dude responded saying you're totally right. Tyler say I hope you got it, my friend. Dude respond that makes total sense. Just watch your behavior and everyone around me on set. Yeah, I will. Don't want to give anyone the opportunity because work is work. All right. So Tyler Perry said, they are stupid to think that so stupid. I'm going to have to come to Jesus a moment with them. I think going to shoot them all get shot. These motherfuckers can't even type. They'll do it. They'll be like, wait, I don't know what the hell they talking about with that. I may need to shoot out early, like Tuesday, or maybe okay, Beyonce song on the loudspeaker for everyone. And I don't know what the hell that picture is. What the hell is that picture? Can you make out what that is?
I don't know what that is, bro. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
I
honest
can't.
with
I
you.
don't know what the hell that is.
I mean, it seemed like a professional conversation. I
That's
mean,
what it seemed like. Yeah, this
it
ain't no
do get
216.
spicy. It do get spicy a little bit in some areas, but then, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is just all a setup.
Tyler said I was just about to text you this. So I don't know. I guess they just still talking about the show. All right, let me see if I can back up on this. All right, so I guess that was it for the text message. Let me see. Yeah, I think that was
He
everything.
ain't getting no damn 260
Yeah,
million.
that 260 million, bro. All right, we gonna.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even believe this shit at this point.
Yeah, me neither. There's nothing in them text messages at all that even warranted anything. I mean, it might be a little sexual innuendos here and there, but it's nothing in there that screams sexual assault. So
Yeah,
him,
I don't know
him,
about that, bro. I'm gonna be
him
honest with
drop.
you. They just
All
trying to
right,
get that bread.
all right. So I see people getting back in the keys. So we're gonna get back in the Christian keys. But before we get into that, man, this video is sponsored by 90dayherbals.com. You know what I mean, where you can get the best herbal products, hair care, skincare products, CBD. You know what I mean, the best high quality CBD. You know what I mean, on the market. So make sure y'all go over there and
Cheap.
check us out. Yeah, we got detoxes. We pretty much got big sales going on, 35% off on everything. You know what I'm saying? Automatically
Hey.
during checkout. So let me go ahead and run this real quick, man. We'll be right back after this.
Shop now at nightandayherbals.com and enjoy 35% off all our herbal CBD products. Automatically applied at checkout.
All right, man. Links in the description of this video and pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure y'all go over there and shop with us, man. All right, bro. We're gonna jump in the keys, man. Y'all remember Christian Keys?
Man, keys.
Y'all remember Keys?
I know they remember
Now,
keys.
Christian Keys
With
claim
the
a
listening
billionaire.
devices.
Yeah, with the claim, Tyler Perry was touching on him too, or whatever.
Him and he claimed him and Diddy, didn't he?
I mean,
Yeah.
right.
That he claimed he had audio, but he never came forward with it.
Yeah, he never dropped that John, and I don't even
Which
know.
means he ain't really have it, because Negroes like that would be anxious to drop, and he probably would have sold it to somebody for some bread.
Right. Facts. So we
So
gonna
it
get
don't
back.
exist.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna get back into Christian Keys, y'all. Let's get back into this Christian Keys character. Yeah, I mean, so we can all recollect our memory with this dude. Let's get into it, bro. Let me know if y'all can hear. Let me know if we good on sound and all that.
Good evening. Hope everybody's doing
it's
amazing.
clear on my end.
I've been speaking to my brother about making a declaration of my experience. What I experienced with certain powers that be that were moving inappropriately. And I really, it's in my bone marrow to discuss that, because thankfully God built me the way that he built me, but I'm not sure, based on this person's claims and brags, that he's literally got this. Good evening, tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you, then, and it's 11:11. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for another opportunity to connect with you. Please forgive my sins, my shortcomings, my bad decisions, and my mistakes. Please continue to guide and protect us as only you can. Everybody that's watching, it's not a
I ain't believe Keys.
Presentation.
We wait for that audio, Keys.
Try to have another conversation with God. So thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray, amen. That's interesting. But there are tempting men, and that's why.
Then again, if he do have audio, he can't really play it anyway, because whatever state he live in, you can ain't allowed to secretly record people without them knowing. So even if he did have audio, ain't nothing he can do with that. You ain't allowed to secretly record people without letting them know. In certain states, that's against the law. So he might, even if he had audio, he can't do nothing with it.
At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out.
Fact.
I've kept one of these on me since 05.
Matter, bro. Can't secretly
whether it's a
record.
keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off.
Bro, he can't even leak it. Like, he'll get sued for even leaking it, or jail, because it's against the law to secretly record people. So even if he got it, he still can't even leak it or do nothing with it. Yeah, I mean, because he'll go to jail. It's against the law to record, secretly record people, bro.
Because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. Sometimes it's the very people we deify, and we look up like, oh, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. No, they're also doing this. And my only reservation about naming the people, there was directors along the way like, hey, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume, and I'm good. If I can handle that or not. I can kill that, because sexual harassment is a crime.
All right, somebody said, I wonder if Christian Key is going to finally tell us what happened. I just want to remind me, this just reminded me of Christian Key's video where he refused to name the billionaire who essayed him. Well, remember that Boondocks episode, and he just the main person people speculated was the subject of Christian Key's threats and exposure magically went away. Well, magically went away. All right, somebody said, I honestly thought Christian Keys was going to sue Tyler Perry first, but here we are. Almost the exact scenario Christian Keys said, without naming names, happened to him 20 years ago. Somebody said, y'all remember Christian Keys thing when he talked about how the mega producer was a nasty creep to him? We all knew who he was talking about, Tyler, but then he went quiet all of a sudden. I thought he was given a payout because he was ready to talk, but then it was just gone. Somebody said, we knew it was coming. I'm sure many more have stories and encounters with Tyler Perry. Christian Keys didn't lie either. Christian Keys' story is similar to Derek Dixon. Christian Keys never said the name, but the scenarios are very similar. Christian Keys made the same accusations without naming names. I knew deep down it was him. But we still don't know. Man, listen, man. We still don't know, bro. Like, come on, man. Keys never dropped no evidence.
You know what? If these people are guilty of essay against them, they making them look innocent. How they be doing these antics,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like how they be doing interviews and writing books, and it's all monetary stuff, and they don't even try to get these individuals locked up. They just want to sue them. They just want the bread. Like they don't want no justice. Like for them to be put away. It's like they just want the bread.
They're going straight.
That's the crazy part. They going straight for the money. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like these are just money grabs. Like they was down with, like if it did happen, allegedly, if it did happen, if Tyler was trying to get up on them or whatnot, whether it happened or not, you know what I'm saying? It's for that bread. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why they going after them, because when it was happening to them, they probably was cool with it. As long as they let, you know what I mean, put me in the next movie or do this and do that. Like a favor for a favor type of joint. And we know that's how the industry has always been ran, but now they see it as an opportunity. Oh, we could get some bread out of this now and some clout. And we could get book deals and interview money and all this.
All right,
like
so
that's the game these days. You know what I mean? That's the game on social media these days.
So what's up with these year later Jones though? Like, all right, so the old came out 2019.
That's the point.
2019. So dudes be waiting years later. They be waiting years later to say something.
Cause this the climate for it. Since the Me Too stuff, and then you know what I mean, now the R. Kelly stuff, the Michael Jackson stuff, now this Tyler Perry stuff now, Diddy stuff. I mean, like that's
you got Smokey Robinson. Smokey Robinson caught up in the sexual.
Yeah, right, Smokey Robinson.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can keep naming them. Some other people, they got swept under the rug.
Damn.
And then you got the whole Epstein stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's the climate, the Weinstein and Epstein stuff. So yeah, that's the climate for it. Hey, yo, and I did look that up. You can legally record private. You legally can record a conversation if you're a part of it. It's called a one-party consent. Some states it have to be two-party consent.
Yeah.
But some states is one-party consent, so which means as long as you're a part of the conversation, you can record it without the other person knowing.
Yeah.
Now, whether it'll hold up in court or not, I don't know.
All right, so that's just the one-party consent. I mean,
right.
One-party, yeah.
Yeah, one-party consent state means that you can record it secretly as long as you're a part of the conversation. Right. Two parties mean that both people have to agree to record. So you can't record and not let them know if you're whoever you're having a conversation with.
Absolutely.
So states are different. Like the laws are set up different in each state.
Yeah.
So if Keys do have audio and it happened in a one-party state, I mean he could put it out there publicly. It might not stand up in court, but he could put it up there public. I mean, it'll definitely sway public opinion. That's why I said he ain't got no recordings, bro. If he had some audios, he would have been put them Jones out.
He'd have put them Jones out. You think?
He would have put them Jones out years ago.
Unless he gotta pay off.
That's a possibility. Unless he got to pay off. Yeah. But then again, they get greedy later. That payoff that he got, he probably ran out of money by now. Come on, man. Like these dudes, and they be asking for big money too. 200 million, 300 million. Like they be asking for big, right? 60 million, 70 million. They be asking for big money.
But
how much they try to get Smokey for?
70.
See?
70 million?
70 million.
Or 50. It's somewhere around there.
It's a double-digit million, which is that don't even make no sense.
So 260 million. I believe they go that high so they can be able to settle out for so they can be able to settle out of court for an astronomical amount, just to settle out of court, so they wanted to take it to court. But I don't know. Tyler Perry lawyers said they ready to go the whole 9 yards about it. They said he would not be extorted, or I'm surprised Bugs being on the case.
I feel like all the lawyers be in cahoots. They the star whackers. They like, they like when these celebrities get sued like that. Because that's when the lawyer could be able to dip into the celebrity's money, that their client's money.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You know what I'm saying? They all be in cahoots. And at the end of that, the celebrity is the one that gets screwed at the end. The image gets screwed. All the money's already going to the lawyers. Because those lawyers, they get paid more than the actual clients do.
Yeah. See, this is prime example of why you shouldn't be getting close to just do the work. All this behind the scenes shit just do the work. Now, this climate now, niggas gotta be those mega, billionaires and celebrities and all. They gotta be careful who they let get close to them, bro. Like this is prime example right here,
bro. And this network of people, they got the resources and the connections to basically turn your lights out, bro, and then take it all at the end. Like everything be tied up into it. Their housing, everything be tied up into all their assets, all their endorsement deals, everything. It all goes back to the system at the end. And who helps it go back to the system? The star whackers that Randy Quaid was talking about. The network of them lawyers and judges and all types of, powerful people that basically rob these celebrities once they get a certain amount. Now, we don't need them anymore. Let's just basically ruin their image and take their money and take all their assets and possibly send them to jail.
Do you think these dudes like this nigga that's suing Tyler Perry be getting approached?
Yup, they're pawns, bro. Even if they don't get approached, they know how to indirectly control people because of the social engineering is so advanced that they've been using on everybody, especially the people in the industry. Like that's a game. Like they set that game up. That game is rigged 100%. When they want to take a celebrity down, they easily able to, because they control all the media, and they can flip everybody around you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times the people that's around you is also enmeshed in that same industry. So, and there's only a couple people that rule over everything in that industry, and they got this Jones so social engineered that, you know what I mean, it's like accurate to the detail. So
So
they
that's
don't
what I'm.
even have to approach this dude directly. They just open up the floodgates for all the people like him to come through.
So that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, they just make it sound
so
appetizing for them to come. Like, oh, you've been around Tyler or Diddy or Jay-Z or whoever, and they was acting inappropriately, just come hit us up. Like, they ain't even got to do the approaching. People just see, oh, you could get a lot of money out of them. I remember when they sued Bill Cosby and sued R. Kelly and all this type of stuff, and they getting money from it, so I can too.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody exempt. Like a squeaky clean dude like Tyler Perry, name is in the media for sexual assault being sued. Nobody exempt, bro. That's why I said people saying Oprah, that don't mean shit. Because Oprah following the rules and none of that. They don't care about Oprah following the rules. If it's time for Oprah has to get out the way and go, they gonna get her ass up out the way. That's just how it go. Nigga, they control that. That's their media. They control that shit. Oprah ain't got no control over that. They tell Oprah, listen, Oprah, they want to put a bunch of sexual assault charges on Oprah, in the media, some propaganda shit on Oprah, they gonna do that.
Yep. Hell yeah, they would.
Who the hell said Oprah's exempt from that?
Facts.
Look at Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, a squeaky clean dude. And look what's happening to him in the media.
Facts.
He supposed to be for the people. He helped everybody. You know what I mean? He helped the elderly out, buy their homes, and you know what I mean, helping all types of people out. You don't even hear about half of the shit he do with helping people out. You get a whim of it in the media here and there, but this nigga help everybody out.
Right.
This nigga go around just helping people. And look,
I don't think he would act that unprofessionally and run the risk of ruining his success. Yeah, I don't think he would do something that dumb. I think Tyler Perry is way too intelligent to be engaging in that shit.
Hey.
Now, whatever he do, freaky shit he do on the side, that's his business.
Yeah.
But this assault thing that dude trying to hit him with, bro, I don't even believe that. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a money grab.
See,
I'm gonna be real with y'all. 260 mil.
Yeah, see, they know.
Come on, man.
This is what you call hit pieces. So they use these hit pieces to get money out of these celebrities, bro. These are nothing but hit pieces to get money out of these folks.
Bro, they ain't got nothing on Diddy, bro. And they ain't got these niggas ain't got nothing on Tyler Perry neither.
Yeah,
or Jay-Z.
Yeah, Diddy gonna walk.
That don't mean that he gonna walk cause they ain't really have shit on R. Kelly neither. So they damn sure ain't have nothing on Tory Lanez. Like you could be
they ain't even have shit on Bill.
They ain't even have shit on Bill. That's what we trying to tell y'all. Are y'all paying attention? This is crazy out here, man. These niggas is blatantly getting targeted now because it's the same pattern. It's the same lies they know, and they pick people who was around them who's just about getting that money. And even if they have to lie to get, even if they had to destroy this man's image and career to get that $260 million and that book deal and that interview money, they do that.
I mean, we ain't excusing the industry because we know that's a dirty business.
Right. We know the industry do engage in that.
A lot of shit to go on, but these patterns of this shit here, it's the same pattern. Like y'all ain't even, it's like obvious with it. They ain't even switching it up, but nothing. It's the same rollout.
Facts. Because all these phones and all this stuff recording, and nobody got no real evidence. Bro, it's a camera everywhere you go.
Facts. It's the same rollout.
You don't need no secret audio recording pen or nothing. Everybody put everything online anyway. If somebody be acting inappropriately, you think people won't have their phone out recording anyway. And it'd be a room full of people with everybody got a phone, a listening device and a recording device, a video and audio device that's recording everything. Everybody.
Yeah, well, it depends on where you're going, unless you're going to like place where they just take your phones. Remember some of them parties,
Yeah,
they
but
take
the
your
way they
phones
talking,
like
they don't
that.
even be at. Sometimes it just be right in the. You know what I mean?
All right.
Where everybody at, where public just they touch you anywhere, any place, anytime. It don't even have to be at a party or anything. There's been many allegations about people being touched in front of, right in public. So it don't even have to be behind closed doors the way they be making it sound. But it's always the same pattern because I feel like they are being set up to a certain extent. Even if some of these Jones are true, I have a really good feeling that there's a lot of them that aren't true. And these are just people that they bringing in. And what it does is some of the people who actually was engaged in that stuff might get off. You know what I mean? Because you can't think everybody is doing it. That's another thing. You can't think everybody is doing it. Maybe they setting these niggas up because they trying to cover for somebody else, to take the heat off of somebody else. They use those tactics too.
Yeah,
they can be setting these certain celebrities up, and they might not even be the ones that's actually really running that. It could be other ones that they're covering up. So they keep your focus on these ones over here while these ones still operate in the shadows.
Right, they be covering up a lot of the Catholic church that be going on. A lot of that Catholic church shit be going on. Them priests be up there fondling kids and all that. And that shit don't be getting the same media attention Diddy and Tyler Perry and them niggas getting.
Exactly.
Keep in mind, yo, them Catholic priest niggas be freaky as hell with them children, bro.
That's insane, bro. That's insane that's been able to go on for so long.
Yeah, that been going on for centuries. They don't get the same media coverage. Like they able to cover that stuff up. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not saying any of these individuals are innocent or guilty, but everybody deserves a fair trial. And we got to see the evidence before we just start saying people are guilty.
Yeah, because what Bull showed that, them text messages ain't no evidence, bro.
Those text messages wasn't nothing in those text messages where he deserved 260 mil.
That nigga don't deserve $1.
Exactly.
He only deserve 50 cents, bro. Like
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm not feeling none of this shit, bro. Because I honestly do believe it's a targeted attack. And I feel like this day and age, if they really wanted these people behind bars, you know they'd come with the evidence if they were actually guilty. Bro, they can't
got dirt on they got dirt on a lot of these so-called
Yeah, where the videos at? Where the actual videos of this stuff taking place, because it's all being done in front of cameras. Where's the actual videos? Where's the evidence?
And then even if a lot of it ain't on camera, like, why take it to the police? See, if you take it straight to the police when it happened, then you have a better chance of them, especially if you got a lawyer, you got a better chance of getting the money grab and them niggas going to jail.
Right.
They don't take it to the police. So you gonna let a nigga come in the room, touch you up against your will, and you ain't doing nothing about it. So y'all you just let it go, huh? But then you come out years later and said a nigga, grown ass man. I'm talking about grown man shit, bro. Like dude look like he's strong enough to knock Tyler Perry out. Like, you mean to tell me you let that nigga come in there and touch and rub up, or get in the bed and rub on you, and you ain't do nothing about it? That's your fault then, nigga. Ain't nobody else's fault. That's your fault. You should have did something about it. Don't come out years later talking about 260 million. Nah, you should have bopped his head off right then and there, or took it to the police.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like he either making it up, or if it did happen, he was cool with it.
Niggas
at
being
the time.
targeted. I feel like niggas is being targeted. This is the same rollout. It's the same rollout with all this shit. Is the same rollout. And like you said, I feel like they are covering up for some other people.
Yeah, I feel like they covering up for other people.
I think see, this is small. Tyler Perry is small potatoes compared to the people that's really running shit. Why ain't none of them on display? Why ain't none of them in the media?
Well, we know why, because they control the media.
Exactly. So why ain't none of these?
They
Why?
cousins.
Yeah.
They
Why none of
cousins
the?
control the media.
Yeah. Like why none of these other people from these communities is on display?
Sometimes they be. Sometimes they had Weinstein on
Yeah, they
display.
had them. Yeah, they claimed Jimmy Iovine had did some sexual
Right.
assault stuff.
Right. They
But
had. They
look how
put
fast.
on.
But look how fast they make that disappear though. Look, nobody's talking about Mike Jeffries.
Right.
They
Mike
make them
Jeffries
Jones.
or
Hey,
Epstein like list
hey, yeah, they make them Jones disappear quick.
or Epstein flight list.
Catholic Church never get talked about in the media like that. Once in a while they drop an article or something, but that don't get touched. Fast as that come, they make that go away like the next day.
But they have to report on it a little. They have to, because you know what I mean. They have to report on
Yeah.
it a little bit.
Right. But they make it disappear real quick.
But they don't dwell on it like how with the Diddy stuff and the R.
Yeah,
Kelly
they
stuff,
drag it out.
the
Right.
Michael Jackson stuff, the OJ stuff, the Tory Lane stuff.
Yeah, like the Michael Jackson still being talked about. Like that's what I'm saying.
Right.
They drag this stuff out, but they don't. But the real culprits, they don't. They make it go away in the media fast as hell.
Yeah, they do.
It's either they got some PR teams or they just covering up a lot of shit. And my instinct's going with they just covering up a lot of shit. These niggas is decoys, bro. Tyler Perry, Diddy, R. Kelly, they decoys for the bigger fish. They're a distraction because the bigger fish is just getting away with all types of shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's all. That's what my mindset is at. These niggas is getting put out in the forefront because they covering up for higher up people that's doing shit.
Yeah, they feed them. They feed them to us. You know what I'm saying? And say, oh yeah, they the ones that's doing all the trafficking, all the SA sexual. They don't. You know what I mean? They say Diddy and R. Kelly and them is doing, but yeah, it's really people above them that's really
like,
movers and shakers that's actually doing all the major trafficking.
Yeah, like come on,
major
bro.
global trafficking,
They don't
organized, right?
Yeah,
It's wild.
Tunnels and shit like that, like transporting them in, I mean, cans and shit like that. Like, yo, they the
wild.
one. And these be like world leaders and people that work with the world leaders, people under them that do a lot of that trafficking shit. But they gonna try to force feed us these weak ass celebrities.
Diddy.
Yeah, them celebrities weak compared to the bigger fish, yo. Don't try to distract us and throw us these niggas. And if you are throwing these niggas, y'all taught these niggas how to do what they doing.
Right. Right.
Y'all created a climate for niggas to do this shit.
Facts.
Y'all told them it was okay to do it.
Shit, they told them they better do it or you out.
Right. Like, y'all created the climate for this shit, bro. Them higher up niggas, man, they created the climate for this.
Well, that's what it is. And that's how it's always been. But you know, the masses generally get distracted because whatever's right in front of your face in the media, that's what you go with. And like you said, the bigger fish, they don't have to be in the media because they own the media. So they ain't gonna put themselves in there, especially if they guilty of what they trying to accuse the other folks of doing.
Yeah, they never.
They gonna make sure they don't go nowhere near that media.
Yeah, they'll never get talked about.
Right. And the ones that when they do bring it up, they got the money to make it go away real fast. Not just the money, the connections, because you can have the money and still not have the connections.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the money and they say, no, we're not going to not stop talking. We're going to keep talking about you. I don't care how much money you try to pay us.
Yeah, they running clubs. So if you got a club, if you in a club, I mean, you're going to do everything in your power to make that shit go away. That's how they move about, right? Club.
And the people who's really moving things around, like you said, they own the media. So if they own the media,
or got
they own the dialogue that's going around.
Yeah, they control the narrative.
Yeah, the narrative. Yeah, they control
the narrative, and they control the algorithm with the, you know what I mean? So
Facts.
if they want to sacrifice one of their own, they put that shit out there. They just say, yeah, like Epstein, you would consider him a higher up, right? But they put his ass on display. They sacrificed Epstein in the media to cover up some other shit. That list,
Facts.
like, yeah, that nobody talks about that Epstein list like that. And I believe that list is fake anyway. They give us the fake ass list. Meanwhile, it's the niggas that really on a real list never get talked about or never will get talked about unless their club decides to sacrifice them. Yeah, you
For
gotta
us.
take one. Yeah, you gotta take one for the team, basically. They getting too close. Like certain things is getting too close. So we gotta sacrifice one of you niggas because they getting too close. Yeah, because everything in the dark eventually comes to the light. So they gotta start throwing people out in front of us. They gotta start throwing people out in front of them so they could be, you know, like
Still trying
you
to
know,
hide.
yeah, so they can keep the, you know, keep
They
themselves.
hiding behind the Diddys. They hiding
Yeah.
behind the Tyler Perrys.
Yeah,
They hiding behind the R. Kellys.
and y'all know what we saying is true. Y'all know it's people higher up that's higher up on the food chain than these niggas.
That's still operating and doing
That's
exactly what
operating.
they claim Diddy was doing.
They're doing worse.
Worse, way 10 times
These niggas
worse.
be at brothel houses and torturing motherfuckers. They be doing all types of shit, bro. They be at, what's them Jones called? What's some shit's called? Where they be going to these like disclosed hotel type of Jones and shit. They be doing all types of weird
Yeah, it'd be like some, it'd be like some
BDMS
black
shit in
sites.
there. Yeah,
It'd be like
they
some black sites. You call them black sites because they not
Right.
marked anywhere. Like they ain't on no maps. They ain't
Yeah.
on no, you know what I mean? It's like they don't even exist.
like, come on,
And they be,
man.
and
We
the
know,
dark things be going on there, like the movie Saw and Hostel and shit like
yeah,
that.
like, come on, man.
Or the not the Hunger Games, the Squid Games type of ordeal. Yeah, it's the higher. Yeah, it'd be higher
Yeah,
ups on, into that type stuff
Yeah,
because they
shit get
bored.
dark. Yeah, it's
It's
bored.
because they bored. These are people who always had money from when they were. You know what I mean? Always
always
had
had the keys.
born,
They always-
yep, born into wealth and born into the connections because they was born into that club.
Because it's beyond money with them. It's just a bunch of
Right.
doors that's, you know what I mean, that's open. So if you got a bunch of wealthy people that ain't got shit to do, then they gonna create games, bro. They gonna create these fucking dark ass games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't realize what type. The general public don't realize what type monsters that's out there that's created out of wealth. Like these people was like born into infinite money and infinite connections, and you gotta think about it. By the time they in their teens, they already bored because they did everything. They bought everything. They traveled everywhere. You know what I mean? They had every experience you can have, and they just like, damn, now what experience could I have?
Create
What's
games.
next?
Yeah, they just gonna create games and shit.
Deadly games. Then they start getting into other stuff, strange things, and all that because they bored. They feel like they don't have nothing else to do. It's almost like that movie Rat Race.
Right.
And it's funny because what's the name is in that? Cuba Gooding Jr. And they tried to say Cuba Gooding Jr. was out here touching niggas' legs and rubbing on niggas' legs and all that. Almost like these bunch of rich people who don't know what to do with themselves. Like they've been wealthy their whole lives and now they bored. Yeah, I mean they in their 50s and 60s and like we experienced everything a man can experience. What's next? And they start getting on some Hellraiser type
games
shit.
Yeah, just play games with real people's lives. Shit. That's just
Because they experienced all the life pleasures continuously because they was just born in wealth and connections and they ain't got shit else to do with their life. So they trying to experience more. So they go from the pleasure to the pain side.
Man, they get off.
That's the psychology of these motherfuckers,
they get off seeing humans being suffered.
That's the
what they get off with.
psychology of them.
Yeah. Their whole game is just to get off on human suffering.
They like to see both sides. They like to get off on human suffering and they like to get off on humans coming into power to cause more suffering. Like they get off on all sides of that shit because they ain't got nothing else to do. Like we it's hard for people like us to look at life like that, because we always in a constant struggle, because that's how the game is set up. That's how the social engineering is set up by these individuals for the general man or the general woman to be in a constant fight.
Survival mode.
Yep, survival mode. Yep, constant survival mode. These individuals are so much out of survival mode that they don't know what the hell to do with their time.
So they create games with human lives.
Facts. Fact. They showed us. They brag
real,
about
bro.
it in many different movies, like Trading Places, Rat Race, Hunger Games, Squid Games, Saw. Like it goes on and on of all the type movies that they like to brag of how they run things, because the wealthy who's always been wealthy are bored with this realm, because they experienced everything already. Now they trying to create different technologies to experience more shit, including more human suffering into that. Like, yo, it's wild. It's really wild what we up against. A lot of us can't see that because we were all born into it.
Yeah, and they just keep bombarding us with this nonsense.
Facts. Non-stop. And they the ones that's actually, they just using these guys, these Diddys and these R. Kellys and all. These are just fall guys. Something to keep the masses distracted and busy while business go on as usual behind the scenes. And that's the reality that we all need to look at. Like these Diddies and all these niggas, these are fall guys, y'all. These are fall guys. They very low on the totem pole. They just got us thinking that they high up because they got the general public so low. They got the general public so low that we think these celebrities are so high, but it's people above them that's really pulling all the strings. And they, like we said earlier, right, JR, they sacrifice. Even if Oprah, they don't care how much Oprah is following the rules and all that.
Ain't about
they
that.
Need to throw her ass in front of this to get in front of stuff. They throw her in front of it to get in front of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't care who she is. And they don't give a shit about color neither. They white, black, Asian, yeah. They throw anybody in there that they have to keep themselves hidden, because it ain't even really about race like we think it is.
Bro, they sacrificed world leaders, man, just to keep the game going. Like, we didn't see world leaders get hung on national TV just to keep the game going. They don't give a shit about. They ain't about no color and none of that shit. It's a game that's being played and many people being sacrificed or crapping out at the table. They don't care, man. This shit is a game to them. They so wealthy. This shit is a game to them. Mm-hmm. That's why they created the chessboard and all that shit. It's a game to these mother loving blood sucking mother loving freaks. Their shit is strictly off of dark. They operate strictly off darkness. It's like the more pain they could cause is pleasure to them. That's how these motherfuckers' mindset is.
That's that Hellraiser shit. That's like the Cenobites.
Yeah, like
from Hellraiser.
Yeah, the more pain and suffering they can cause in the world, it gives them pleasure. Now, some of these motherfuckers is operating from the spiritual realm. It's some spiritual realm demons that feed off this shit.
Spiritual realm demons. Yep.
Yeah, they feed off of this, bro. they feed off this realm.
Some spiritual realm demons.
Yeah, like you be thinking some of these spiritual people, some of these spiritual figures or whatever they ain't who you think they is.
It'd be a demon controlling them.
Yeah, like they don't
using them like a puppet, like a little puppet.
Like the people they got, the gods that they got people praising in this realm, that shit don't be all good. It don't. It's people it's certain entities that thrive off this realm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be watching who you praising out here too. You might be praising yourself to a demon that's feeding off the darkness of this world anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these motherfuckers create pain just to get pleasure.
They hit a bunch of demons in the religious world.
Facts.
In religion, they had a whole bunch of demons in religion and a whole bunch of demons in the entertainment industry.
Facts.
Because they control everything. The entertainment industry, along with the religious world, controls the world, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That controls the world more than anything. Religion and the entertainment business. Those two things together control everything, bro. Because, you know, just think about everything that falls under entertainment. Sports.
Yeah, everything.
Movies. All, you know what I'm saying? Politics. Yeah. Politics is entertainment, too. Because them politicians, most of them are actors and actresses, bro. They take acting lessons just like regular actors do. And they up there reading off a script that they didn't write themselves. That's what a politician is. That's an actor, an actress. So we're living in an artificial world to begin with. So everything is scripted out and artificial anyway. So we take that into account. Actors and actresses, bro, and they control everything. They control the narrative. The religious world and the entertainment world control the narrative, bro, of this realm. Period. Religion first. Religion is very powerful on this planet.
I'm gonna just say wickedness in high places, man.
They've been dominating through religion for ages, and they've been basically, you know, manipulating it and manipulating people. And they showed you that in the movie with Denzel Washington called The Book of Eli.
Yeah. When Gary Oldman was trying to get his hands on the Bible.
Gary Oldman wanted that Bible so bad because he wanted to control that population in that post-apocalyptic world, and he realized the best way to control a nation is through religion.
Yeah, these niggas, this shit is wicked.
And what we just said earlier, who was doing all that trafficking? Who got caught doing all that trafficking? The Catholic Church.
Yeah, the Catholic
That's religion.
The priesthood of the Catholic Church. We ain't talking about the regular Catholic.
Organized religion.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the day-to-day Catholic. We talking about the high priest.
Yeah, we talking about the hierarchy in the Catholic. We ain't talking about the day-to-day dedicated Catholic. We're not trying to go at anybody who, because you do have people who sincere in their religion, even though their religion could be corrupted, and they've been following corrupted doctrine because the whole thing been corrupted to control people.
Yep, every religion,
on the
planet been infiltrated and corrupted.
Right, it's all been infiltrated by demons and wickedness, and they've been using it to control all of us, even though some of us is very dedicated to it and you know, genuine with it, but not realize they're being manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it's been. Religion and entertainment, and that's where the most trafficking happens. All this stuff they blaming Diddy and R. Kelly and Tyler Perry and all this shit has been going on for ages through both sectors, the religious sector and the entertainment sector. So I don't know why they just trying to distract us with Diddy and low-level niggas like Diddy and R. Kelly and Tyler Perry when it's way bigger than them. This shit been going on for centuries through the religious world and the entertainment world. And when I say entertainment, politics are included into entertainment, because that's what it is for real niggas that know what politics is. All politics is fake. It's all scripted, and it's owned by the same group of people. And they not Democrat, Republican, or nothing. They just use that shit as tools to control people, to control nations with. That's all it's for. They go in there, they create 2 different parties or 3 different parties, divide the people up, have the people fighting amongst each other while they own all 3 parties. And just eat off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all they do. They go in, divide everybody up. You know what I'm saying? Cause distractions, cause violence and all this type of stuff, and have everybody fighting amongst each other, suing everybody, killing each other, all types of stuff. While they sit back and they just, all the energy that comes off of that, they feed off of that. All the negativity that comes out of the division that they create, they feed off of that, and they fund their operations with that. And that's just how it's been for centuries. These niggas are fall guys, and I believe that Tyler Perry, Diddy, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. I feel like they all being targeted and set up. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I don't think they got shit on none of these individuals. Tory Lanez, they set him up, try to get him killed in prison. They just tried to knock off R. Kelly in prison by making him overdose.
Yeah, they want him gone.
And Diddy might be next. He might get an assassination attempt on his life next.
Yeah, they trying to sacrifice.
Now they might really slip something in his baby oil.
Or his food. Exactly.
So you gotta understand that this is just distractions. Like they every other week they got another black so-called black millionaire, billionaire, and on the news saying that they did something.
Yeah, that's why LeBron James was shook. He took all that time off. He took like time off during you know. He took time off on the league and shit. I think he was missing how many games did he miss? That nigga was shook. He was shook as hell. Cause he know at any time he could be intermediate next.
Right, and that messes his brand up.
That'll mess his brand all the way up. He'll lose all his brand deals.
Yep. And that's what they fear the most. So we don't know. I don't trust this, y'all. How many of y'all trust this? How many of y'all think these celebrities are being set up? Because I feel like they really wanted to take Diddy down. That they really had some evidence. They would have brought that forward. They would have showed him messing around with the. They would have had it all on camera. They only got the one thing on camera, and then the rest is just a bunch of regular freak offs that's not illegal.
That shit is turning into a freak show. That Diddy trial turned into a freak show.
A bunch of freak offs that's not illegal. When being a freak is illegal now.
Yeah, that John is becoming a freak show.
Being a freak is illegal. And then they got the individuals who's supposed to be a part of the case during interviews talking about it while the case is still going on. You got niggas like the Punishers and all these, the so-called, all these characters that they coming up with this Diddy trial is actually doing interviews, speaking on the trial. That seems fake and scripted and made up.
It's just becoming a freak show.
It's a circus.
And the trial that shit don't seem serious to me.
It doesn't.
Diddy trial
Facts,
don't seem serious.
Key Marie. It's all a good show for the fools. Facts. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, they putting on bread and circuses for us, man. Yeah, there's some bread and circus shit going on. I don't believe that Diddy trial. As it's going along, further along, I think this Diddy trial is I believe that's a show.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah. I believe the OJ trial. I believe the OJ trial was a show.
This shit is a show. I don't think that trial real.
Like most of this shit be shows. The Truman Show.
And the thing is, I feel like at the particular time that this case is going on, there's a lot of other shit going on that they don't want the media to be privy to. They gonna keep the algorithm with filled with this bunch of shit here. It's this Tyler Perry shit. And they gonna start sexually. Look, Oprah gonna be next. Watch, you gonna see some shit roll out about Oprah. She ain't exempt. She gonna get sacrificed too.
Nah, some shit already did roll out about Oprah. The stuff that was going on in her schools in Africa and the dirty shit she was doing in the Hawaii stuff and tried to get The Rock involved.
Yeah, but it's gonna be some more shit that roll out. They're gonna rotate this shit.
Yeah, they definitely going. They ain't gonna leave nobody unchecked. They ain't gonna leave nobody unchecked, bro.
Because if the thing about it is you keep the people distracted with this shit here, then there's a lot of things that's going on that people really need to know about. It's not being talked about. See, that's why we gonna listen, man. This shit is I'm like, as you just like step back for a minute and you just zoom out and just see all this shit and see all the moving parts of this shit, of this game, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit with all this, even with this riot shit with the ICE and all that shit is bullshit. All that shit is bullshit. All this protest shit, that shit is all monkey business.
It is.
This shit is monkey. They making the they basically playing the flute and making the public dance to the fucking music. That's what's happening. They making everybody dance to the music. This shit is one big distraction, bro. And they just trying to throw us off because they this financial system that they setting up. It's just shit they don't want people to know about. They just do not want us to focus on what they doing with this, because that's where it counts. How people is going to be eating in the future. How people going to be, you know what I'm saying?
And they poison our minds.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to control the people, you control them through the financial system. That's how you control people.
And they poisoning our minds through the food. And they poisoning our they poisoning our mentalities.
Yeah, the food is
propaganda.
Right, the food is straight population control. That's all that's about. Like they want to keep the people sick and weak to the point where they can't even think. Like if you chemically unbalanced,
right,
you don't have the mind capacity to even think about anything else but what they put in front of your face.
Right.
That means your deep thinking, that part of your brain is cut off because it's
compromised.
Yeah, it's compromised because the chemicals is attacking that part of the brain.
It is
that you need to think outside of the box. All this fast food shit people running and eating, that chemical shit is blocking that part of the brain that you need to do your critical thinking. You just eat whatever they put out in front of you. Basically, it's like eating, you know what I mean? Whatever they put out in front of you, that's what happens when you gotta depend on a system feeding you. You just eat whatever they put out in front of you.
And it's not even just like that with the food. Is the information is like that too.
Right.
Information, you just consuming whatever they put in front of you, and that basically shapes your reality. And 90% of it be bullshit. It'd be like 10% truth and 90% bullshit, and as they feed it to us all, and we take all that in, and it programs our reality.
It's all microwavable bullshit, man. They never gonna give you the real information. You gotta find that. You gotta do your own research to get that.
Yeah, by poisoning, they poison our food and they poison our perception. They poison in the religions. You know what I mean? Because actually it was spirituality before it was religion. All the ancient cultures practice spirituality.
Facts.
Not religion. Religion is an institution that controls,
organized,
and shapes society into what it believes is moral or right.
Facts.
And it's not based on spiritual practices at all. That's why it be so many demons and that be running these churches out here.
And they force feeding us this shit too. That's the thing about it. We're being force fed.
Right.
It's like you don't even get
force fed.
Right. Like it's like you don't even get a choice. If you know what I mean? Like it's like you don't even get a choice at all. They force feeding you this shit.
Now the internet made it to where we had a choice. The internet, the information that you have access to is information that we didn't even have access to in the 90s and the early 2000s.
That's a fact, because they consolidated everything and put it online. They consolidated all the information from all around, like even categorized all the shit from the library and put it online.
So it's up to us to get the information. Because if you really knew the information, we'd know that these Diddy's and these Tyler Perry's are fall guys, because we'd see how the establishment been operating even back in the day, and they haven't changed much. The only thing that's changing is the technology, and that's it. But the way things are being ran, the hearts of man and the operation, day-to-day operation, when they say business as usual, that's been the same for centuries now. And it haven't changed yet. You know what I'm saying? None of it changed. I don't believe most of the shit that they bringing against Diddy and Tyler Perry and all of them.
Nah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe that.
It's some truth mixed in there with a bunch
There's
of
some truth mixed in there, but I
a
believe
bunch of
majority
bullshit.
of it is lies, y'all.
I think a lot of it is being puffed up. No pun intended.
No pun
I think
intended.
I think a lot of this shit in the media is being puffed up because they need the perception, they need the minds of the masses to go along with whatever music they present and they want us to dance to. So how they it's just even how they present shit in the media, it's just all, you could just see the nonsense. Just how
Artificial.
Yeah, like you could just see how it's no more real journalism. It's like everything is being chat GPT and put in front of you. Like there's no more real journalism. It's not people actually really. You got some people out here that's doing real journalism, but that's alternate media. I mean, that's alternate medium. That's not mainstream media. Is really a bunch of just artificial intelligence just spitting out stories. There's no more real journalism. You know what I'm saying? They're not actually going and traveling and digging, sneaking in, like real journalism, which they call guerrilla journalism. We know how they used to operate. They used to, you know what I mean, sneak in places and interview people, be running up on people with the camera and just catching people in awkward positions and putting them on the spot. There's no more of that shit.
Now the big media is not in. The big media fabricate all of that. They have actors.
Yeah.
They have these crisis actors that they record, act like they doing real journalism, but they never really do real journalism on the mainstream media. Every once in a while, a real journalism a creep through, and they shut it down right away.
They get fired.
Yep, they get fired. You hear about the journalist that released a story about the Catholic Church or some powerful politician that they had some dirt on. You will see the story for one day, and then after that day, the story disappeared along with the freaking journalist disappears.
Yeah.
And some of them who practice real journalism end up getting taken out. They really do be disappearing. Like you never hear from them again.
It's crazy.
Or you'll see them on some website, some crazy black op website where they getting their head cut off in some Muslim country, but it's probably really a CIA facility. Let's be real. Let's be real how things go, how things operate in this world. Let's just be real about it. It is what it is.
Yeah, you could just tell all this shit with these niggas is bullshit. Like even with this nigga, this Dixon nigga. So Tyler Perry crept in your room, rubbed on your leg and all that, but you still continue to go to work.
Right.
Like you still work for the nigga after he touched you up and all that.
Right.
Like y'all niggas y'all killing me with
Same
this.
thing with Diddy. Them chicks begging him for a job, even after the time they claim that he harassed, assaulted them.
Right, after he done kidnapped them, pull guns out on them and threaten to kill, you know what I mean? Take their life.
And his text message just basically says, after all that happening, saying that they can't wait to work for him again or want to work for him again.
Like, bro, that's why this is all monkey business. All this shit in the media, this shit is monkey business, bro.
You ain't allowed to talk about monkey business being a slave, JR.
Yeah, this is monkey business.
You slave scum ain't allowed to talk about something being monkey business. We just gotta follow the script of the default mindset of society. Believe whatever the media tell you. You know what I'm saying? And do whatever the media tell you, and do whatever the authority figure tell you, because what they say is always right. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's basically what.
Whatever the mainstream media says, it has to be the truth because they got all the money. They got all the They got all the big advertisement and all the money. So of course, everything that they say it has to be the truth. That's the mindset that they want us to have. believe the mainstream media dialogue. And we know all that's scripted because there's videos out there showing how all these newscasters all around the United States is running off the same script. Because that'd be a threat to our democracy. I know some of y'all probably seen those videos talking about, I mean, what's going on is a threat to our democracy. You got like 50 million different news stations saying the same shit, the same script, word for word. Because it's one script being fed to all these media folks. And if you don't follow that, right, and if you don't follow that, you ousted.
Yeah, you can't go off script.
Nope.
Man, if you work for mainstream media, you better not go off script. Man, can you imagine? It's like the movie, what's the shit? The 1970s. Nah. The movie with Network. Yeah, it's the movie Network, where he started going off script and start telling it like it is. Remember, they was trying to shut the network down, and like, can you imagine one of their journalists on TV or mainstream media going rogue and just start spitting out shit that ain't got nothing to do with the script? Bro, they'd be fired by tomorrow and possibly taken out by morning. Just think about what I'm saying.
Shot themselves in the head and drove themselves off a cliff.
Right, yo, like it's all controlled because just think about all right, who work in the mainstream media? One of them niggas that be sitting at the joint, you know, doing a what's the dude name?
Tucker Carlson?
Nah, he don't work for them no more. He independent now.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be the one that's going around speaking out against the system. He's doing it in his own type of way, but
yeah, they fired him. They got rid of Tucker because he started going off script. Any of them dudes from the mainstream media that got shows up. Can you imagine them just talking about some shit that don't have nothing to do with the script, and they just start going off and telling people what's really going on?
They be dead.
Just think about that. Just think about any of them just start going rogue and start talking and spitting out real truth that has nothing to do with, what they supposed to be reporting on.
They cut the stream and they tell them to go to commercial.
Right,
by the time they get back, the person would be gone, probably dead in the back. Take this boy out back and kill him. He be dead in the back. You know what I'm saying? Right. They say, he wasn't feeling well today.
Yeah, or they just say, he he went crazy. You know what I mean?
He went crazy.
He had to put him in a psychiatric ward because he just went crazy. They make up any excuse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If people will be at the TV set or on a computer screen or phone screen eating their Doritos and believing every word that come out of their screen.
Hey.
Oh, he just went crazy. And that's what they expect. That's how they expect us to be. But a lot of us aren't like that anymore. But that's how they expect us to be. They say that person went crazy or they had some type of health scare or something. That's why they were talking like that. But really, they having some type of facility, feeding them drugs, keeping them drugged up, like they did Kanye. You remember they were trying to put Ye in
Ye went off
because he went off script.
Yeah,
Ye went off script. They and what's her name? Kris Jenner tried to put him in a crazy house. Get him set up to put in a crazy house. And they have us sitting there believing Kanye is crazy when he's really just exposing what went on in the industry. I mean, he's saying people. I mean, you know, Ye went off script because he's saying people disappear in Hollywood all the time, basically saying that people get killed in Hollywood and their bodies end up missing all the time. And he ain't just talking about big Hollywood stars. He's talking about just people who work in Hollywood, period. Just a person that might be doing the makeup or person that's in wardrobe or person that work on the lights. They was there one day, the next day they wasn't. You was friends with them a little bit. You try to get up with them. They ain't even answering your calls because maybe they probably somewhere dead, buried somewhere because they seen something they wasn't supposed to see. People end up, that's what he meant when he said people end up missing in Hollywood all the time. Then he started talking about all the sacrifices, saying that his mom was sacrificed. Jordan's dad was sacrificed. He started saying stuff off script, and next thing you know, they saying all the media outlets are saying Kanye is just crazy. Soon as
Yeah,
he
that's
start talking
how they
about
write
that
you off.
stuff, he's crazy.
Yeah, that's how they write you off. It's crazy when you start.
And then look, but then most of our community believes it. We believe what the media wanted. We let the media convince us that Kanye is crazy, even though he's talking about stuff that really goes on in the industry. And they just tell us like, oh no, he's crazy. And we say, yeah, yep, that Kanye is crazy.
Yeah, Kanye's off his meds. He needs to take his meds. You always see people say that shit.
Right.
And he might probably do need to take some meds, but that don't mean he wrong about what he's
they
saying.
tried to take him out though with those meds. Like they just tried to they took out Michael Jackson with those meds. They took out Prince with those meds. Then they just tried to take out R. Kelly with those meds. So nah, we shouldn't sit back and say they need to take their meds. Nah, because the meds is what they use to try to make them look crazy. The meds be making them look crazy.
Shit, well, smoke your weed or whatever. That's the probably only meds you probably need anyway. A little bit of ayahuasca here and there. You know what I'm saying? Do the toad here and there. Natural shit from the earth that, you know, aphrodisiacs, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not none of that prescribed shit. That's what get you messed up out here. That prescribed stuff. That's what get you messed up out here.
As soon as he started telling the truth, now all of a sudden he gotta take his meds.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As soon as he start telling the truth, all of a sudden he gotta take meds.
Right.
He needs to take his meds. What the hell is in those meds? Anti-truth serum? Oh, you want the nigga to take the meds so he don't say nothing about nothing.
He won't say nothing.
So he just sitting there dumb.
Dumb.
I'm Kanye, and I want you to buy my sneakers. Like, and that's it.
I'm Kanye. I want you to buy my sneakers.
Right. Because the meds, if you think about it, a lot of the meds leave these niggas brain dead. Like they whole personality change. It's like they giving them a chemical lobotomy or some shit. They whole personality change once they get on them meds.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So nah, I ain't trying to hear this shit. Nigga need to take his meds. Now I want to hear more about what he says when he's not on those meds. I want to hear more of that.
All right.
That's what do you mean people end up missing in Hollywood all the time, yay? What do you mean that your mom was sacrificed? What does these things mean?
Yeah, expand on that.
Expand on that. And no, I don't want to hear nobody say he needs his meds.
Nah, we want to hear more about people. We want to know who went missing.
Right. Who the hell went missing in Hollywood?
Or why they go missing? Expand on that.
Yeah, why they went missing? Yeah, what's the sacrifice stuff you talking about, yay? How were they sacrificed? Like what do you mean? Sacrificed how?
What do you mean?
Instead, people just write them off as crazy.
Nah.
We allow them to manipulate us that bad that we just gonna write this off as him being crazy, or write these so-called Diddy allegations off as him actually doing what the media said he did, even though there's no proof of it. The shit that they trying to lock Diddy up for, these celebrities been doing this and continue to do this. Not even just celebrities. People fly out people all the time that have sex with money and give money to.
Yeah, that's what they trying to say.
Hotel rooms. How is that trafficking all of a sudden?
Yeah, him flying out. Then that's every celebrity that fly out chicks. Then they all.
No, not even just celebrities do that. Regular folks do that shit too.
Just saying though, since they want to focus on the celebrity that much, and they want us to focus on that shit, then a lot more niggas need to be locked up then. Cause they fly out chicks all the time. They Dubai.
That's a reach.
You know what I mean? Turks
that's
and Caicos, and you know what I mean? They be flying all over the country, flying all over the world in private jets with these chicks, giving them money and all that shit. So that's trafficking now. Then your politician need to be going to jail right along with them then. Cause them politicians fly out chicks. They fly out in private jets. The Epstein shit is a bunch of flying out. The Epstein list, there's a bunch of niggas on there flying to the islands with chicks on there and stuff like that. Why ain't none of them going to jail? Why they ain't being prosecuted in the courts like Diddy?
People fly people out all the time for sex, male and female.
Hey.
book them hotel rooms, give them money, buy them dinner.
I
That's
just,
trafficking
man,
now.
I just feel like they bending the law.
That's trafficking now.
Yeah, I feel like they just
How?
bending the law to go along with the agenda they trying to push. Yeah, they just bending that shit, bro. It's convenient. They're making it convenient for this situation.
How is that? So you ain't tell me he get life in prison for? So if you really like somebody and you like, man, I'm ready to go all out for this person. I really like. I give them money. I make sure they get here. I pay for their ticket and I buy a whole room and we getting it in at the end of the night. You mean to tell me a person could go to jail for life for that?
Yeah.
That's
Let me see,
crazy to me, bro. If we sit back and accept this, we dumb as hell. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
Let me see,
That's crazy to me.
and
it's that was in that situation, and they not even celebrities. Like that means you're giving the general public life for doing shit those same acts. I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know. That sounds like a big reach to me.
let me see.
That sounds like a huge reach to me. That's what they trying to give this man life for. That's what the trafficking is. Flying out male and female entertainment. They calling that trafficking. When you got these bigger organizations and these bigger government agencies that's involved in the real trafficking, and they don't get mentioned not one time. That's what they're calling trafficking. Now, when you think of trafficking, you think of these people doing it against their will. They getting kidnapped. They getting, you know what I mean? They getting harassed with guns and all that type of stuff. They getting stuck with drugs that they not, you know what I mean? Asking to get stuck. All this type of stuff. That's real trafficking right there. But if it's consensual adults and they're flying, one adult is flying another adult out for entertainment that night and paying their way for them, how is that trafficking? They're reaching, y'all. That's a reach. How the hell we don't see that? How we don't see that, bro? How in the hell we don't see that?
So they trying to say trafficking for paid. All right. Special agent claims Diddy paid for travel and hotel expenses for male escorts, saying the mogul used Frank Black as a fake name to booking hotels. So they said a federal special agent working the case didn't hold back. She told the jury that Diddy allegedly used his American Express to bankroll not just flights and luxury hotels, but to also cover damages when he traveled with male escorts or bombshell. Nearly $47,000 in damage at just one New York hotel. The internal receipt are stacking, according to Penland, Diddy, Cassie Ventura, and a man named Jules Theodore, rumored to be the male escort, where he posted at the London hotel the same date. The flights and Jules were allegedly paid for by Diddy's Amex. So they saying him flying with male escorts across state lines is trafficking. That's basically what they saying, bro. They saying him flying escorts across state lines and booking them in hotels, paying them for sex is trafficking.
That's a weak ass case right there, bro.
If his lawyers
you could do this. You could do
lawyers
that
don't
same
spank
thing
that-
with a spouse.
Yeah, if his lawyers don't spank that shit, bro, then they just milk that nigga for his bread.
But listen, you could do the same thing with a spouse. Somebody that you just saying that your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever the hell whatever you do. Think about that. Nobody's doing it against their will. It's a consensual thing. And you're just so it's a thin line between that and just having a mate that you do that with. You might be the one that's financially stable to be able to do that. So how could they make the difference?
If they don't get this weak ass case out of here, and
Bro,
go
you know how
go catch some real trafficking.
Bro, this society is corrupting its own damn self with stupidity. How will we even allow something like this to exist and go into law?
Like I said, if they don't get this weak case out of here and go track some real trafficking.
Now, if he was dragging them along against their will, that's something different, bro.
Right.
I thought that was the basis of the human trafficking, when you start gripping up kids and other people against their will, drugging them up and then putting them on the market for sale. I thought that was trafficking.
They're not
paying for somebody's flight and paying them some money to come have a good time with you.
Yeah, they need to go catch.
And it's consensual. How is that trafficking?
They need to go catch the real traffickers, man.
Man, get the hell out of here, man.
Y'all need to go catch the real trafficking rings, and not this bullshit here with this Diddy. Get this Diddy shit out of my face, and go catch some real traffickers that's actually trafficking children and women against their will.
Exactly.
Tunnels and tin cans and shit like that.
Not just children and women, men, children, and everybody. Just trafficking people. Period. It ain't just children and women. Even though that's the
main thing is children and women.
But nah, they traffic everybody. These big corporations and these some of these wicked politicians and all. They be the main ones, bro.
Go catch the real.
They be the main ones, bro. And they
this weak ass Diddy case out of here.
They throwing us these Diddy's and these Tyler Perry's and these R. Kelly's. They just feeding them to us while they doing the real trafficking up top.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Go catch these real trafficking rings, man. Now they didn't caught a lot of trafficking rings recently. Let me see if I saved this drum. I might have saved it. Hold on, let me see.
If y'all think they don't have real evidence on Diddy, press 111. If y'all don't think, let me see what y'all think about that. If y'all don't think that they have real evidence against Diddy, press 111. I want to see.
Let me see what they got to see if I can find this shit.
Y'all could do it in the chat, or if you catch this video later, you could do it in the comments. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't see no real evidence against Diddy, bro, for the stuff that they claim that he did. And then the other stuff is just rumors. Like they saying that Diddy was dealing with kids and all this type of stuff. That's not even brought up in the trial. And people still like to bring that stuff up, but that's not even something that they get anymore.
Yeah.
So that's one crazy thing that you hear about Diddy that they ain't even bringing up in it. That's not even a part of the trial. And then the whole trafficking thing, they're reaching. And I guess the racketeering shit is tied in with the trafficking stuff. So that's more BS. Look, man, I don't know, man. I ain't seeing nothing. I only see a bunch of freaks sitting up there, consensual adults who like to party. That's all I see.
Authorities are calling it a successful roundup of alleged child sex offenders, but it also shows how widespread that crime is in North Texas. The Dallas FBI office, along with some of the 70 law enforcement agencies that all participated, announced the results of what they called Operation Soteria Shield. Here's our JD Miles.
These are the faces of the 244 men and women charged with exploiting children for the purpose of sex trafficking or pornography. It's the end of a month-long investigation by federal and local law enforcement of a crime that authorities say is a year-round problem.
The numbers of offenders arrested and the children rescued in this operation are stunning. It's stunning to hear them repeated here.
109 children were rescued by Operation Soteria Shield, which began in April.
During this operation, many of the children recognized or rescued were previously unidentified. They had never been reported missing. They had never had their abuse known.
Authorities are calling it a
to authorities.
The operation not only led to arrests and rescues, but also to the seizure of terabytes of child abuse sex material through a collaborative effort that started 10 years ago and now includes 70 Texas law enforcement agencies.
What started as a small team with a bold idea has grown into something very powerful.
In a lot of these cases, authorities say the sex offenders never actually meet their victims face to face, but instead use technology to coerce them into sending explicit images and videos. The head of the Dallas FBI office says the methods used are not just involving social media, but also online gaming systems.
So I think for many of us, I'll speak for my generation, we were raised to be concerned about faceless strangers that might try to contact us or cause us harm on the street. But we've moved past that. Again, predators have access to our children in our home through technology.
Authorities urge families to use parental controls on any devices kids use.
To authorities.
And be aware there are more faces like these still out there. In Dallas, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
There's a lot of other shit going on out here with this trafficking. Bro.
They
I
didn't
mean,
say any of these people trafficked. They said a lot of that was cyber
yeah,
stuff.
a lot of shit was just
Getting-
through games,
yeah.
through websites, games, and shit like that. Right.
That's crazy. And you see how they able to get all that evidence. So you mean to tell me they ain't got no better evidence on Diddy with all this recording technology that's out here?
Facts.
They only got video of him engaging in freak offs. That's among consensual adults.
Facts.
All them male escort niggas seem like they was all down for it in the Diddy case. Cause they going around basically saying all the stuff that they did it because they was, you know what I mean? They was getting paid. Sounds consensual.
Yeah. I don't know why they trying to bend that. It's the feds. They want Diddy, bro. This shit is personal for some. This shit is personal for them.
Get them for soliciting prostitutes and that type of stuff. How you gonna get hit with serious trafficking crimes? That's wild, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? Y'all think Tyler Perry actually did what this man said he did?
I don't believe that shit. Nope. I don't believe it.
Do y'all think Diddy, the stuff that they claim they got on Diddy, do y'all think that he should be getting life in prison?
Nope.
For what they so-called got on him?
Nope.
Do y'all think Tory Lanez should still be in jail?
Hell no.
What about Robert Kelly?
Somewhat, but not 30 years. Not 30. Be 5 to 10 and he should be out like 39. A 5 to 10 with Kels, yeah. Kels got at least serve some time for that P tape, bro. Like he got.
But that's not even what he's in.
Yeah, that's
prison.
not what. But you know, that's just my mindset. As far as like, you know what I mean? As far as like Kels serving some time for some of that shit. You know what I mean? But other than that, 30 years, hell nah. Hell no. Actually, R. Kelly should be out right now. To be honest with you. Yeah, he should be out right now. I think he served his time, man. He should be out right now.
People gonna be mad at you for saying that about R. Kelly, JR.
He served his time though.
Some people believe he should get through all 30. All 30.
Nah, that 30 shit. Or for one man Rico, hell nah. Hell nah. That shit don't.
What's a one man Rico?
Yeah, they one man.
Hold
Rico
on, what's the one man Rico though? What is
they
that?
basically say R. Kelly was they just say it was all him. No organization, no nothing. Exactly. Rico is an organization of people.
How could a Rico take down just one person and nobody
exactly.
Rico?
Well, if R. Kelly,
because I thought it was about taking an organization.
Yeah, if R. Kelly got to serve the whole 30, then there should be some people in there right next to him, including the mom of woman the girl that was on the P tape, and whoever else gave their daughter up to the nigga, and she right alongside that nigga then.
Everybody who benefited off of that situation.
Yeah.
So that means a lot of the parents benefited off of that situation.
Yeah, like they should be locked up with this nigga then. Be mad, don't be mad. Be mad at the system. They let these niggas get away with that shit for years. If they so-called was doing that, they let them niggas get away with that shit for years. But as far as like what they claiming Diddy did is that it's not matching. The testimonies are not matching the crime that they supposed to be charging them with. So
what we hear we hear.
Yeah, so Diddy
we technically don't know what's actually going on up in, you know what I mean, behind the scenes and up in that courtroom.
It's people that's sitting in there hearing that shit and coming out reporting it.
Well, I'm talking about behind the scenes first, and then what's going on in the courtroom. Two different things. Two different things.
Go by
because you already know.
We don't even go by what's being presented to us.
But you already know that's how an innocent man could go to jail, because what's going on behind the scenes, not just what's going on in the media and in the courtroom.
Yeah. I guess
because I mean, we still said, like, how the hell is Tory Lanez still in jail when there's mad evidence, you know what I mean, proving that he wasn't the one that used that gun.
Yeah, they ain't letting us.
That's insane, bro.
They ain't letting us be privy to that information.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said even with this Diddy shit is behind the scenes stuff, and then you got the stuff that's in the courtroom, and then with the media.
Well,
shit,
we ain't even right. We could just go based off of what the testimonies are. That shit just ain't matching the crime that they charging them with.
Yeah, but that won't matter. They still throw him in jail even if not, because it's the same thing with Tory Lanez and a lot of the stuff with R. Kelly. Basically saying it's a RICO case.
If the juries convict Diddy or a life sentence, if he's convicted of a life sentence for this shit, bro, then them juries is actors and they in on that shit.
Yeah,
because there ain't no way in the world I see
the
jury sitting up there and convicting this nigga based off the testimonies. That shit don't even sound right. It's not.
It don't sound right.
Is the nigga Rico in sex trafficking or not? That's the crimes he's supposed to be in charge with.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't really see.
And if they do give Diddy,
throw him in jail for life,
and if they do give Diddy time, anything more than 5 years is some bullshit. Like he should 5 years and be out. Anything else more than that, then it's just I don't know what the hell they doing with the court system. Somebody's doing a bunch of favors for somebody.
I don't know what they doing.
Yeah, cause
but it ain't right.
Yeah, people probably are gonna get mad for me saying R. Kelly should be out right now. Yeah, he should be out by now. Yeah. At least put that nigga in.
I don't know if he should be out or in right now, but that's all I know. I don't think something sounds fishy over there. What happened with R. Kelly?
Well, for the shit that we seen with the attempt and all that and the overdosing, the nigga should be out. Put that nigga in somewhere where he.
Yeah, it's something real fishy going on with R. Kelly.
I
feel like he was set up too.
I mean, they trying to kill that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, yo, y'all got to see the pattern. We telling y'all look like Tory Lanez was set up. We telling y'all look like Bill Cosby was set up. We telling y'all it looked like Diddy was set up. These dudes look like they being set up with stuff. It don't even be what they claim that it is. Not 100%. It don't even be that. But they shape our perception. They play with our minds first to the general public, sway the general public, and they can make things seem worse than that.
Listen, man, it actually is. Listen, they need to have more better evidence to convict this nigga. Now, if they saying he guilty of all that shit, then they need to have the evidence, bro. Like I ain't trying to know what I'm
They want
saying? Like,
public opinion to start ruling because they know they control public opinion with their media. So
but
they try to
yeah, that
switch
shit.
to they trying to change the minds of the people on social media. You know what I'm saying? So they can match the narrative. And whatever
But
they say the narrative is, that's what it's going to be. So if Diddy is guilty in the narrative,
and then he need to go to jail if they said he did
it
all
don't
that
matter
shit.
if he's guilty or
If
not.
they
He's going to be guilty because the narrative say
if
that
he
he's
did all
guilty.
that if he did all that shit they said he did and they got the evidence, then the nigga need to go to jail. But if y'all ain't got evidence that supports sex trafficking or RICO, then y'all need to just go ahead and you know.
I didn't read nowhere where they was treating his Diddy case like a RICO case. But I clearly remember them saying that the R. Kelly case was a RICO case.
They saying Diddy used company funds, and that's considered RICO because he used you know what I mean, he used Bad Boy Entertainment to do criminal shit. So they saying that's a RICO because he used Bad Boy money. He used Bad Boy Enterprises money to fund criminal shit. So they considering that a RICO.
Right.
But all them people, well, in that case, the people that assisted him or doing that criminal shit need to be in jail with him. That's the point of an organization. It's people that's involved that's helping them do this organization thing and him to move money to create these crimes or whatever. All the people that was involved in assisting that shit need to be in jail, including Cassie ass.
Well, you know, they don't want us to think like that. That's not part of the narrative.
Yeah, but if she set up the free calls and she was using money that Diddy was giving her and that shit was from RICO, then she part of the RICO conspiracy then. It should be crazy. It's weird to me. See, they just be moving. They be moving the goalposts as they go along, man. It seems like the feds can really do what they want. They got the keys to do whatever the hell they want. Whatever they say goes, that's what goes.
It's the general public too, though, because the general public we allow ourselves to get manipulated by the narrative to where we even let something this outrageous to continue as a collective is crazy. I mean, we obviously seeing that these people are being set up. Like it's the same pattern with all these entertainers. Like it's the same pattern. Like we ain't realizing that there's something going on. There's something fishy going on behind the scenes.
Like I mean, the nigga, if you want to, the nigga being, you know, he's guilty of abuse. Yeah, hell yeah, the nigga guilty of abuse. And he guilty of that shit. We seen that with our own eyes, so we know he's guilty of abusing women. That's his twist.
Yeah, it's some crimes he did commit on there, but it ain't the serious ones that they saying he did.
Right. So
like domestic abuse, yeah, for sure. He should get something for that.
Yeah, like I seen a video with Judge Mathis saying if he had to rule on Diddy at the state level, he would give him a 5 to 10 based off the abuse and all that shit. But as far as all that RICO shit and all that life in prison, he said, nah, that ain't it. Now this Judge Mathis even saying that I wouldn't give him life if there's no evidence that convict him on RICO and sex trafficking. But as far as
shit,
abuse,
they alleged that Cassie was kicking his ass too.
Yeah, but she a lot smaller than that nigga. Unless she was busting that nigga upside his head on some.
You never know. Sometimes a chick could be that crazy, and you know Diddy. Who knows, man? Who knows what went on in that toxic relationship? For real. It looked like it was toxic both ways, but what he did on camera, yeah, he definitely should have got something for that. But who knows how toxic, like how the toxic actually went in their relationship?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it looked very toxic from the outside.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it did look like he was majority of the toxic, but people were saying she alleged that she wasn't innocent either. So we don't know. We wasn't there, but everybody heard the rumors.
Yeah, they can't even just go up that shit though. Wow, this shit is word of mouth. Now they say they got a few tapes that they played, but it was just consensual freak off shit.
And that's not grounds to give him life in prison.
Nah.
Like the freak off tapes, unless they got proof that it was people on there who wasn't consenting to it, and they showed people holding guns to people's head and doing stuff like that, that would be different. But if it's just a bunch of consensual adults on a freak off tape, like an OnlyFans page, then how's that you know what I mean, different than the OnlyFans page? Like, let's just be real about that. So I don't know. What the freak off videos was like OnlyFans? you get what I'm saying though? Like that's what it would be, because a lot of those OnlyFans joints be transactional, no different. And people be flying from state to state to shoot OnlyFans. Is that trafficking? People be paying people all the time to come do their OnlyFans. That's transactional.
The trafficking charge on him is bullshit. That's just.
But you see how there's many different ways how they trying to pin Diddy to the trafficking stuff. They basically saying about him flying out entertainment, male or female entertainment, and paying them for it to do acts or to chill with them that night or whatever. That's trafficking. Then if that's the case, then how the OnlyFans businesses ran, that's trafficking too. Or the porn industry, that's trafficking.
Yeah, that's not.
Because that's the same thing. What's the difference? Porn stars get flown out all the time to do scenes. That's a form of prostitution. What's the difference? So is that trafficking too? Like that's what all right, this is starting not to sound right. Let's start using common sense now. I don't know about that, y'all. I feel like they reaching for that one until they have proof that these people was taken against their will, thrown onto a jet, and told they going to do something with somebody. If they don't, they're going to get hit upside the head. Now, that's different. But it seemed like they ain't got no evidence of that, man. Have any of y'all heard of them having evidence of that? Let us know.
Nope. I ain't buying it.
Now the woman who said that Diddy shot her in the face, yeah, that should have been handled decades ago.
Yeah, that case.
She should have came forward decades ago when they said Sean did it.
Yeah, they
was all saying Sean was the one that put the bullets in her face, in that girl's face. They claim.
Well, that would have to be. Well, that would have to be a reopened case and reinvestigated and all that. Like, far as with that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would have to be a whole nother case. The case would have to be reopened up again. New investigation and shit like that. So.
But my question is, why she sit back and let Sean go to jail?
Nah, she didn't let Sean go to jail. Sean shot his gun that night. Sean should have went to jail. Diddy got arrested that night, bro. But it was so
but the lady said that Diddy was the one that shot her.
Yeah, but man, listen, man, the nigga had Johnny Cochran, bro. And he let Sean go with a whole nother different type of representation. This nigga got Johnny Cochran for himself, bro.
Yeah, but the point that I'm making is, if she knew that Sean wasn't the one that shot her in the face and Diddy did, she should have said something then.
She been talking though. That's the thing. She been talking. They wasn't trying to hear what she was saying. She been talking about that shit for years, bro.
I'm glad you said that. Because the whole thing is,
we did documentaries and all that. Interviews.
I'm glad you said that, because it seems like now that he is being targeted. That's another pattern right there that's being exposed. When people been out saying the same thing about an individual for years, but they was too powerful to be touched, Now that they're targeted, they letting those people come on TV and talk about it and giving them a stage to talk on and
that's
telling all the media to tell their story.
Well, that's for the clicks. You know, people now that is a hot topic and everybody all that shit is for to get people to click. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they
also got real cases against a lot of these individuals though.
Yeah, they'll bring up people from back in the day to talk and yeah, I mean all that. Like it makes all for the clicks and shit. For yeah, I mean they make it all for the clicks.
And the thing is, just because they're being targeted, they can still be guilty of some of this stuff. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We just saying that we need to see real evidence before you just start throwing people in jail.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Diddy's innocent. I'm not saying that any of these. But what I'm saying is it looked like they're being set up, being targeted, and they're being charged with stuff that a lot of other entertainers has been doing. Not just entertainers, but politicians, all types of people, or day-to-day people been doing. And they giving these people serious time. I mean, yeah, all right, he should have got something for the domestic dispute, but not life.
Well, we don't know if he gonna get life. We gonna have to just see what the verdict gonna be.
That's what they threatening him with, though, is what we saying.
Yeah,
like,
they
trying to get him life, and it shit. They basically
gave
R. Kelly life.
Yeah, anything 25 to like, I mean 25 over is considered life.
Shit, they gave R. Kelly life, bro, and that nigga did the soundtrack for life. Like it sounds just too scripted. It just. Shit just be sounding scripted.
Yeah, they have evidence that R. Kelly was hog tying motherfuckers in the basement and all that. Because like who was watching this nigga? Who was watching him when he went on tour? And was performing, had to perform 6 nights a week. Why is it if he was hog tying people and keeping them against who the F was watching these people? Why they ain't in jail? He had to have somebody overseeing and watching them. While he was going off and had to do a bunch of shows and shit.
You know what was watching him?
That's why they
that lifestyle.
Yeah,
that lifestyle was watching him.
That's why it didn't add up, because if he was keeping women against their will, what was he doing? Locking them into the home where they couldn't get out?
Nah, nigga, that lifestyle was keeping them against their will.
Who was overseeing these niggas?
The lifestyle was overseeing it. That's what kept the women there. They ain't need nobody to hog tie them to keep them there.
Who came forward?
They was back at the crib in the pool.
Who came forward and testified that he kept women against their will in there though? Who testified against this nigga?
The very same people that was living lavishly off the lifestyle was the ones who testified and said that he was holding them against their will. But we know it was the lifestyle that hog tied them and had them against their will. They wasn't trying to give up that pool or getting basically room service. Them niggas got enough bread to have room service. Chefs come over there making food.
An allowance every month.
Exactly. An allowance every month. That's what kept them hog tied. The lifestyle, the allowance, the gifts, the vacations. That's the shit that kept them. Yeah, I mean, hog tied. That was the hog tied right there.
I'm trying to figure out where would the nigga have time to do that shit when you're on tour every year. You're doing shows like you got shows every night, basically six nights out of a week. You doing shows. So how the F is R. Kelly able to monitor keeping women hog tied in his basement? That means if he actually did that, that means he would have to have somebody there to watch that shit, right? To guard it, right? Because I don't understand how R. Kelly himself is strong enough to have a bunch of women tied up in his basement. Shit like that. That shit don't sound right, bro. It would have to be other people involved with that.
Well, there were other people. They were called Mr. and Mrs. Lifestyle.
You know what I'm saying?
They the ones that did all the hog ties. They the ones that kept these women at bay. That lifestyle.
Anybody was asking these questions.
Very docile.
I don't know why his lawyers and shit ain't like. That's why I be feeling like these niggas lawyers and shit be in on. These niggas be getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to represent these niggas. They don't be asking these questions. How the niggas still get convicted on some shit like that? That is
Said the
crazy to
Star
me.
Wagon.
How is niggas still able to get convicted with no evidence? This shit is mind-boggling to me, bro.
Because that's why we're saying that we think that they're targeted. See, we feel like they're targeted because they're being, how they being convicted on these weak cases. That a teenager with some common sense could even beat that case for them. Like, I don't even understand how they going to jail behind any of this stuff. Like, they paying these lawyers all this money and they weak, they can't even. And the thing is, like, they're like the stuff that they're being accused of is stuff that currently going on openly on social media now.
I don't know how to hog tie people. They say I hog tie. Yo, all I hear is Gail King interview. They say I hog tie.
And that's be some rumors.
I don't know how to hog tie people. How do I hog tie? I was cracking it all up watching that little piece of interview right there. Just that little part. Hog tie. they say I hog tie people.
I'm gonna be real, fam. He looked like he was acting. He looked like he was acting up there, bro.
Nah, I don't think
he looked like he was acting up there the way he was. And I'm not even saying that he was, but the way he was acting.
Well, he might have got a little bit. He might have been.
He got over dramatic up there, bro.
He did get a little over dramatic with it though, because he ain't have to stand up and do all that shit in front of.
Like he was on a soap opera and shit.
Yeah, it was.
He did a performance like he was on a soap opera.
I guess he probably was like, yeah, this will win the people
because
over.
It's national TV.
Yeah, so he probably thought that was going.
He felt like he's on a soap opera.
He probably thought that was going to win the people over.
Exactly.
By him doing all that
He was overselling. It sounded like he was overselling it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Yeah.
Hog tie. They said I hog tie. I don't know how to hog tie. How I hog tie?
I mean, but it sounded like he was overselling it, but it did get real in certain areas of the speech.
Got real for him, bro.
Yeah, it got real for him because he just realized, man, they could really throw me into jail because they shaping public opinion about me on national TV. There's hundreds of millions of people watching this.
Put this camera on me.
Yeah,
I didn't do this stuff.
But his PR team probably told him, you gotta sell it to the people. You gotta have them. They gotta be crying for you by the end of that interview and see it your way.
That shit ain't work. Not with psychological Gail King sitting there.
Psychological Gail King.
All right, Gail King is like a psych. You know what I mean? Like she a psyche. She know how to tap into the psyche and shit, make niggas look effed up. Like she. Yeah, Gail King, she be on some shit.
Well, she had been in the interview game for a very long time.
Yeah. She know the tricks. She know the tricks in the trade. She know how to trigger people.
The celebrity ain't like sharp. She gonna get you.
Like she triggered the hell out of it. She knew how to trigger R. Kelly, and she did it calm as hell too.
And then started calling Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah, right. Like
he's in therapy.
Yeah, like
he's in a crazy house.
Yeah. She see how she on some.
You gotta take your medicine, Robert.
Yeah, like she on some psychiatric
Robert,
shit.
Robert, now eat your Jello. Eat your Jello, Robert. She sound like she was on that side.
Yeah,
on that side of things. It's time to take your medicine, Robert. You know what I'm saying? I just say it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's how she was controlling the interview.
Robert.
On some hypnosis type of shit. Like she.
Yeah.
That nigga was mad as hell though. But I don't know, man. I don't trust this Dixon nigga with this Tyler Perry shit. I don't trust that nigga, man. Yeah, I don't trust that nigga, bro. That nigga first of all, just for him going for 260 million, I know that nigga on some bullshit. Why you just can't sue like regular niggas? Like, why can't you 50 mil here, 30 mil? That's 260.
Like regular niggas.
Yeah, like you gotta go to hold your bank 260 million. Like you can't even just sue regular. Like
Where he lose to the fact he think he could get 260 million?
Right.
Did he lose a limb? Like what happened?
Right.
Like,
so
niggas that lose a whole limb
niggas
from
supposed to-
something don't even get that much when they sue.
a nigga supposed to
What happened?
right, a nigga supposed to give you 260 million for rubbing on your thigh. For rubbing on your thigh, huh?
That don't even sound realistic. 260 mil? What
Man,
you
you don't
think you
need-
get? Why do you think you get 260 mil?
You don't deserve $2.60.
You didn't even lose a limb. He ain't lose an eyeball. He ain't even lose a toenail. Why he
Fucking
think he
loser.
should get 260 mil from Tyler Perry?
Loser.
260 mil? 260?
It's fake, man. This shit is fake.
Holmes. You don't get 260. You don't even get 60. You didn't even lose a limb, bro. You gotta
Nigga
lose a
came
limb.
to school.
If you want to get 260 mil, you gotta lose the hand you write with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta lose the hand you write with and your left leg.
Yeah, they want that.
And you
R.
gotta
Kelly.
be able to
We
prove
know-
that
we know what they
Tyler
want, bro.
Perry's behind that to get 260 mil. So you ain't even you got all your limbs.
Yeah, this a hit piece.
And
on
you
Tyler.
want 260 mil.
Yeah, Tyler doing too much uplifting community type shit. They want him out the way. They like, you just doing too much, man. You just too much of a good guy. I'm sorry, but
Too
we
much
got
of a good guy.
we got
That's crazy.
yeah, we gotta sacrifice you in the media, bro. Let's go ahead and send this what's his name? Dixon, Agent Dixon. Let's go ahead and send Agent Dixon in. And
that's what he looked like too, an agent.
yeah.
And we ain't talking about like entertainment agent. We talking about like CIA agent.
They say, oh yeah, you trying to help Angie Stone out too, huh? Tyler Perry. Oh, let's go ahead and send this guy
He
Agent
trying to
Dixon.
help Angie Stone too, huh?
Yeah.
We about to stone your ass for helping Angie.
Yeah, they said, oh, you trying to help Angie Stone find out where her royalties is at, huh?
And they say, yeah, let's get Dix on him. Let's get Derek Dix on him.
Mhm.
Derek Dixon. Yeah, let's put Agent Derek Dixon on. We got to take Tyler Perry down now because he's doing things that we don't really like that he's doing. So we got to bring in Agent Derek Dixon.
Yep.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, Agent Derek Dixon. Yeah, I mean that's his cover. That ain't even his real name. And he's in there trying to get 260 mil. That's wild, bro.
So
He don't even deserve a quarter of that.
Yeah, they just throwing niggas out there. Dang.
Now I wonder if since this came out about, I wonder if he gonna get ousted like Monique and other people.
Oh
Because he
yeah,
got
let me
this-
see. Let me see, Monique. She might. See, Monique probably ain't gonna go with the narrative of sexual assault, but she gonna be on some Tyler. I told you, you know what I mean, like karma type of shit coming towards you. Like that's how Monique mindset be. Like you ain't making things right with me, so this is your karma. That's how Monique think. Every time some shit in the media come out about Tyler Perry, Monique always say you shit. You know what I mean? When you gotta make it right with me. You know, Monique gotta make it by herself when this shit type of shit come out. Like this your opportunity to actually make all your wrongs right, and hey, you might get some,
That's
relief.
wild.
That's Monique mindset. She think, Tyler Perry get some relief if she make everything right with him. Her mindset be, Leah, all these things happening to you because you ain't making right with me, Tyler. That's Monique mindset, bro. Y'all know that's Monique mindset. Y'all know that's her mindset.
You ain't making right with me,
Gotta
Tyler.
make it right with me, Tyler.
That's funny.
I know damn well that's Monique mindset, man. Monique like, yeah,
Hey, it could be.
it's your karma, cause you ain't telling people, you ain't stick up for me. You know what I mean? Black kept me
Or she could
blackballed.
see it as infiltration. They just
She gonna
infiltrating all the powerful entertainers now.
Monique.
It ain't just
Monique mindset is me.
Oh yeah, I know.
You
Yeah, I know her
ain't making
mindset, but
things
I'm
right
just
with me.
saying. But I'm saying that's another option. That's another mindset you can have, because she know. I mean, she should know more than anybody. She could be next.
Who?
Monique, because that already happened to her once by her own peeps, but it could happen again.
She already blackballed. Like she ain't even got no
You see what I'm
ties.
saying?
Yeah. But yeah. I don't think Monique gonna be on the side of
Oh no,
Tyler. She ain't gonna be on the side of Tyler Perry sexually assaulting somebody, but she gonna be on that karma shit though. Like, see, Tyler, you should have made it right with me, Tyler. When you gonna tell the people, you know what I'm saying? See, this is your karma, Tyler. Or you put your,
that's her trying to make it about her.
Yeah, her mindset. She gonna make it. Or you put yourself in a position like this, Tyler. Like, she gonna look at them text messages and all that. See, Tyler, you should have made things right with me, Tyler.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Them text messages ain't say shit.
Yeah, that text message ain't shit. Yeah.
Like them text messages. For those of y'all who just tuning in, you gotta rewind the stream back,
and
you'll see we talking about. We was talking about the text messages.
And they was typing.
Tyler was typing back and forth.
And they was typing dumb as shit. Cause you get lost on even what the hell they typing dumb as hell, bro. Tyler probably was writing the script at the same time as texting this nigga. You know what I mean?
I don't know what them niggas was doing, but
dude was like,
there ain't no basis for him to get 200. It wasn't nothing in that text to where he deserved 260 mil.
Like a loser.
Slacker.
260 million. See, Tyler.
Yeah, they wanted. Hold on, but they wanted 70. They won 70 million from Smokey.
See,
Smokey Robinson. They got old ass Smokey Robinson.
Well,
they talking about like y'all don't like why now everybody now all these people, some of these names you never heard doing anything. Nobody never heard nothing about Smokey ever. All the years he been in entertainment. Now all of a sudden they trying to get Smokey Robinson with old behind Smokey Robinson, bro.
Yeah.
He's in his 80s. And they coming after Smokey Robinson. Bill Cosby was in his 80s. And they went after Bill. Like that don't even make no damn sense. But it's all together with all these other people all at once. That's a big psyop right there. It's like they just trying to take out a whole bunch of celebrities at once that they don't need no more. All they need from them is their catalog, and they don't need the artist no more.
Yeah, Tyler, you gotta stay away from these light skinned niggas, bro. These niggas setting you up. And just stay away from these light skinned
shit. And they didn't use any type of color to get to this nigga. It'd be light skin, dark skin, green, purple, orange.
Oh, this Mariah Carey ex-husband. Oh man, stay away from these type of niggas, Tyler Perry, man. Dudes be wanting a role in the movie, but they be wanting like favoritism and shit from this nigga or something, bro. Like they be wanting special privileges just cause y'all niggas is light skinned. Why y'all niggas want special privileges, man? Stay away from these type of niggas, Tyler. Tyler, man. Tyler, you on yachts with these niggas, bro, on boats and shit, man. You can't even set yourself up like, yo, he should be like, he shouldn't be, yo. Yeah, you gotta be careful, Tyler. They out to get you, brothers.
Look, man, you can't be too careful. Like, there's nothing you can do when they target you. They even try to take Mr. Beast. They even try to take Mr. Beast's image, saying that he had people working for him doing some shady things like this.
Yeah, this shit. Yeah, man,
so
I know. Like, Mr. Beast, right. They trying to get Mr. Beast.
Exactly. So you know it ain't about color. And that's what we trying to
Nah,
tell
it ain't
y'all.
about color.
It's like they don't give a shit who you are. If you ain't down with them, if you don't, they tell you they want you to sell your company to them, and you don't do it, you automatically become the enemy, and they set you up. You don't want to do business with them? Okay, we got you. Y'all know we own the media, and we shape public opinion because we own all the major media outlets, and people always believe the media. So they always believe us.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there tell you that these artists are being targeted and it's all BS. The very fact that they could be threatened with that and these people actually pull it off shows you that they're being targeted. And there's a lot of them at once. So like all these people we named just in the last decade, it's been like how many people from the industry have they either taken out or had allegations against, or both? It's so many you can't even count them all. And the thing is, the industry, that's a small percentage compared to the major population. That's like less than 0.1%. The entertainment compared to the rest of the world.
So they trying to keep us focused on these key people. I believe, I'm gonna just be honest, I believe these people are thrown out there. I'm gonna just be honest, they thrown out there as hit pieces. They definitely trying to cover up some real shit by throwing these niggas out there in the media. Like, because if you think about like just the year, the time from where these people was dealing with these people up to the date they file a lawsuit, there's a big ass stretch in between. So through the whole time, what was they doing the whole time in between, from the time they was dealing with the person and everything was all good up to the point where they're filing lawsuits or they testifying? It's a big gap there. Like, what the hell was niggas doing that in between that time?
Bro, look how big the gap was with Smokey his Smokey case.
Yeah, that's why I believe these people are.
One chick working with him for 25 years doing that. She claimed that he was doing that to her for over 25 years. So what the hell was going on in that 25 years to where you stayed and let him do it that long if you really was that uncomfortable?
That's why I believe these are definitely targeted individuals, and there's definitely not just them as a distraction, but it's people benefiting off these people being targeted.
Right.
There's some type of benefit there.
Yeah, we could keep naming them. Steve said Anthony Bourdain and his suicide was sus. Yeah, and David Carradine. How you say his name?
Matthew Perry with the ketamine shit.
And Anne Hesh.
And that's crazy. Like, we
you know
don't
what I'm
even know
saying? The way they had her driving into buildings and whatnot. Her to an ambulance.
And Hesh didn't even die when they said she died. She rose up out of that damn bag like Thriller.
Exactly, bro. That Anne Hesh was the craziest.
They forced Anne Hesh to die. They waited until she got to the hospital.
Bro, you realize how crazy the Anne Hesh is, bro? That is on camera.
They finished her off in the hospital, bro. She was well alive, getting put into that ambulance when she rose out of that bag like Thriller. She was well alive, bro. She was live. You could tell she might have had a few burns and all that, but she was conscious. And she was trying to get out while they was, kind of like shoving her in. I don't know, that shit just all that shit.
Bro, they took Anne Hesh out of there like they took out Truman's dad when Truman's dad snuck back onto the show, in the Truman Show. When they dragged his ass off the set. That's what it looked like. They dragged Anne Hesh
Yeah,
right off the set, bro. And she was alive and kicking when they dragged her off the set.
right.
And all
Man,
of a
we was
sudden later on now she dead. She's deceased.
if we would
Bro,
actually look through all these
we seen that
all
on
these
live TV, bro.
now we was actually go look at all the things surrounding these celebrity deaths and all the conspiracies around involving these people death.
We'd be here all
We'll be
that'd be
you'll be a
a whole month stream nonstop.
fact. Yeah.
It'd be a nonstop stream for a whole month of us sitting there talking about all that. Because we can go all the way back. We could go Sam Cooke days and beyond. Like we could go way back.
Yeah, shit. They try to get that boy some hot pills. They try to give Kel some hot pills, bro. They say, oh yeah, Aryan Nation dude, 15 boxes. He ain't gonna take you out. He just gonna go snitch on the feds and say, yeah, they paid me. They try to get me to take R. Kelly out. Next thing you know, they say, oh yeah, that ain't work. So we gonna go ahead and send that boy some hot pills.
Why would you, if you felt like they was gonna
they spiked that boy.
take you out, why would you take medication from them?
Yeah, they spiked that boy medication. They spiked his medication, boy. Kel's like, yeah, they said, yeah, that first go around ain't work. The Aryan Nation dude ain't take him out. All right, let's go ahead and send a hot dose in there for that dude. Oh, that ain't even work. Oh, he just got rushed to the hospital, but he gonna live. That ain't work. Yo, they want R. Kelly dead and gone. Dead and gone.
Bro, how that happened just a couple days after he said that they trying to take him out, the feds is trying to take him out in prison. And then a couple days later, he OD on some pills.
I think R. Kelly ready to start singing. And I ain't talking about musically.
Why they want him going so bad?
Catalog.
All of a sudden they want R. Kelly going that bad to the point where he say something one day and 2 days later they literally attempt to take his life.
They said, nah, we want R. Kelly catalog. Let's get it, y'all. He don't want to sell it to us. Even though his shit being chipped away, somehow they making him pay $500,000 based off of being sued by the people that he allegedly did his acts against. So all his royalties is going to the people that
That don't make no sense.
R. Kelly
One man Rico lost everything and they trying to take him out. A one man Rico.
Yeah, because I don't see no other reason why they would want him dead. I think only thing really they would benefit is off his catalog. Like what else is beneficial for them to take R. Kelly out? What's the benefit there? You gotta look at the motive. Like, what is the motive to take R. Kelly out? What would be the motive?
I don't know.
That's how you gotta think. Like, who would benefit?
I feel like he's a targeted individual.
Like, you would think who would benefit off R. Kelly's death?
I think he's a targeted individual on Diddy. Who knows they won't try the same attempt on Diddy. And remember, it happened to Prodigy too.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? We might have to spin the block on Prodigy. Cause I think that when Prodigy died, we wasn't on this type of time as far as like content wise. I think we need to go ahead and spin the block on Prodigy shit though.
We talked about Prodigy shit on our Rumble.
Yeah,
We've talked about the shit. We talked about the Prodigy shit, how they took Prodigy out soon as he started talking about the government and all of that.
yeah, yeah. It's some
Saying
shit.
how they control everything behind the scenes. They ain't want a platinum selling artist going on Alex Jones and all this type shit. They ain't want him out there talking like how he was talking with the influence he had.
Yeah. Facts.
So the same thing with Nipsey. Yeah, they not. Man, you know what? The thing is, Diddy was talking like that too. Like he was going to just branch off and do his own thing, talking about the war at the top
he
and all
was.
that.
Yeah, he
So
was.
they don't like that type of talk from these people with big influence. They take that as a threat
Right.
of the highest regard. So you can take that into consideration too. And the thing is, a lot of the most serious stuff that Diddy was into, they probably were the ones that orchestrated it, so they can't even add that stuff to the case because they end up implementing themselves too.
Right.
So it's a lot of that stuff goes on too. So like some of that stuff they can't even bring up that Diddy was involved in, because if you bring Diddy up, somehow it can lead back to them. So let's get him on a low level stuff that we know we didn't have a part of our hand in, just the stuff that he did, and just make it seem more serious because we got the power to sway public opinion through the media because we own all the media outlets. And no matter what the narrative is, they're going to control it because they control all the media outlets, and the media outlets shape the perception of the masses.
Yeah.
And they know this. Because these people was into psychological war more than they into actual physical war. Everything is more psychological with them because they be able to get you to do their will without having to use much force or anything. They feel like that's the best way to control people. It's to where you ain't even got to use force or nothing.
Yeah, you just use propaganda.
You use propaganda and you use social engineering, and it's and to the point is socially you're not locked out of place if you want to keep the position that you in. And it's all about positions that they put people in. That's how they control them. Because you ain't gonna want to give up that lifestyle. You used to being a lot of these celebrities. They get a certain lifestyle with choosing that side of things.
Yeah.
And they know who they really working for, and they know that stuff can be taken at any time. So they stick to a certain script, and that script is what keeps them in line. And if they step out of that script, you see what happens. They get ousted. And then you see their name in the media portrayed in a bad light. But when they doing everything that they supposed to do, you know what I mean, all that, you mainly see their name in a good light. You always see about the good business deals that they got. You see all the money that they make. Oh, so-and-so just signed a $80 million contract. So-and-so just got into this. See, that's when you're on a good side. As soon as you're on a bad side, so-and-so is got a lawsuit against them for sexual harassment. This so-and-so, the narrative changed, and they able to manipulate that. And like we said, some of these people were screaming out for years that Diddy did something to them, or R. Kelly did something to them, or whoever. It didn't reach the media because the people who own the media were still using these individuals as pawns to build they social engineering structure that they control us all with, because that's all it is. The celebrities got to listen to them. But the general public listen to the celebrities and influenced by the celebrities and all the people that they put on the glamour screen. Everybody that they push on the glamour screen controls the perception of the masses, and the higher ups control the perception of the celebrities and create their social world around them that they have to adhere to, or they lose everything. So they don't even, bro, it's so advanced, like what's going on here. Like people were saying, I seen something, if Diddy did do something, he was groomed by them anyway. He was groomed to be like that. So it is an industry of grooming.
Yeah, it's definitely an industry of grooming.
Right.
Yeah, it's an industry of grooming because when you come in, they basically haze you. They show you the ropes. They say this is what you say when you're around this type of person. They being told what not to say when they're around certain people. They're being told what to say when they're around certain people. So it's definitely all grooming and hazing.
Right.
You can't even be in certain rooms if you ain't at a certain status.
Facts.
They don't even trust you to even be around in a circle. They like, why? Who's this? They be like, who this nigga? Yo, you bringing in here? It's like it's
Facts.
it's a niche. It's a niche society.
It's exclusive.
Yeah, it's exclusive. Like that's like you being in a mafia and you bring this strange nigga around inside the club where y'all hang out at. They be like, who
Right.
is this mother effer? You bring some mother effer in here. And if he ain't a friend of ours, you gonna say he a friend of yours, but they gonna want to check this nigga background, where he came from, and like, who is this nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just think about you and your boys hanging out, and they bring some strange ass nigga around, nigga you never seen before, none of that. You like, you gonna side eye? You like, who the fuck is this nigga you bringing around? So you can imagine a community like the Hollywood, where they running clubs and they running circles, and you bring some outside mother effer in. They're like, we don't trust. We can't even say certain shit around this nigga. He might run and tell somebody. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they be having certain conversations among them that's only fit for their club and their circle, and you bring some outside person around, and they get to hear that information. That's not happening. It's not happening. That's not happening. So you going through a grooming and a hazing process to even get to a certain level, to even get in certain doors anyway. They were like, you got to go through a chain of command to get in certain rooms. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to go through certain chains and shit to even get in certain rooms anyway. So then you're not going to just go from this room to that room where is a certain amount, a certain status of people at, and you just gonna jump the line and shit. That ain't how it works. You gotta go through chambers. There's chambers and shit you gotta go through to get to certain rooms. They got that shit, man. They got that shit locked like that. It's a fraternity, man. Hollywood is a fraternity, man. It's a secret society. I mean, it's a tight knit community. And your ass ain't just gonna get in there and just think you think it's, you know what I mean? You just gonna jump the line and you gonna get to be around certain people just like that. And nah, it don't work that way. It don't even work that way for regular motherfuckers at a job. You gotta work your way up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like I said, I think a lot of these niggas targeted. I don't trust this nigga that's suing Tyler Perry. We don't know if Tyler Perry innocent or guilty, but this shit here just don't smell right. It smell like some bullshit. It smell like a targeted Tyler Perry being a targeted individual. Somebody trying to get some money out of this nigga. And that's where we gonna leave it. That's where we gonna leave it. Cause
Agent
agent
Derek Dixon.
Yeah, it's some agent shit, bro.
Agent Derek Dixon.
Yeah, he
was taking down Agent Tyler Perry. Because you gotta think about it, they're all agents.
Yeah.
Everybody's agent is being used as shit. Just being on social media, you're being used as an agent. To be honest with you. By the very fact that we sitting up here talking about it.
Yeah, I'm sure Tyler Perry seen some weird shit coming his way. I mean, he's seen a lot of his friends being put in the media the same light. I don't think he was exempt, because he do a lot of cool shit.
Jay too. You see how they try to
Yeah.
And that shit didn't add up. That story didn't add up that was being told at all.
I mean, and you know, a lot of these niggas probably did a lot of shit to get to the top and get in a position. A lot of shit, a lot of
Pretty sure
sacrifices
they
being
did.
made. A lot of people stepped on. A lot of people looked over. A lot of people shitted on for these niggas to get in these positions. Like, I mean,
Pretty much.
I mean, if you get to that certain status, you billionaire shit, that shit ain't based off of just you having some talent, nigga.
Nope. It gotta be a certain character.
Yeah, it's
that
gotta
you
be a
possess. certain
yeah,
character
right,
you have. Yep.
right,
That they choose you to be doing all of that.
yeah,
Because you gotta be honest with you, if they got the power to take you down whenever they want, then that means they choose who's gonna be in positions.
yeah, they choose. Yeah, it's a selection, not an election.
That's so it don't matter how smart you
Yeah,
are or how talented you are, you still ain't gonna reach that status because you got a lot of entertainers that broke.
yeah, it's a selection, not an election. It's a selection.
Yeah,
These
more
people are
entertainers die broke
yeah,
than anything. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all the entertainers that died broke compared to the entertainers who actually had money until the time that they did pass on. A lot of entertainers, rather athletes, actors, musicians, most of them, 90% of them died broke with nothing.
yeah, they died broke. Nothing, bro.
So that game is basically like a casino. Because you ain't gonna leave the house without giving back to the casino in some type of way.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Because it's set up in a way where the casino always wins at the end.
Yeah, the
That's
house.
why they're
always
able to
wins.
continue to operate. Because if the house didn't always win, then the casino would be shut down.
They'd be out of business if they
They'd be
lock
out of business.
everybody to
That's
win.
what I'm saying. Yeah. At the end of it all, the house always wins, y'all. And that's the industry. That's the industry right there.
Facts.
Only a couple celebrities were fortunate enough to actually pass on and still actually have something to give to their family.
Yeah, right. I mean, Michael
Besides
Jackson.
memorabilia, memorabilia and shit. You know what I'm saying?
See, Michael Jackson accumulated so much that it was. I mean, fortunately, he had enough to pass on legacy shit. You know what I mean, generational wealth. He accumulated generational wealth, and he moved smart about it. So he was able to still maintain and hold on to some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where he can pass down. That's how much he accumulated. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody's fortunate to do that. Yeah. Not everybody fortunate. Some fortunate, some less fortunate.
That just shows you how controlled it all is.
Yeah.
Like it's very controlled that 90% of the entertainers can die broke.
Yeah.
Or just die too early, period.
I know, right?
And they die not owning their catalog. And when they die, the catalog goes all the way up, but the record company, the house owns it. Not the family, you know what I mean? The house owns it. That right there alone tells you something.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest.
Planes going down. How often do we hear about plane crashes? Plane crashes are not something that happens often, believe it or not, compared to you think how much car crashes and all that. A lot of these celebrities dying in plane crashes.
See,
yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, they take the whole damn plane out. If they want that catalog.
Yeah, anything, yeah. That's the main objective is
They take right out the air. Think about all the celebrities that got taken out of the air, like the Kobe's and Richie Valens and Buddy Hollies and Aaliyahs. They take you out the air too, man. They take you off the water too. The Titanic. They take you. If you a target, they take, man. And we seen the Angie Stones and the Left Eyes on the road. It don't matter where you're, in the air, in the sea, on the road. They gonna devise some type of plan. You get to asking about that catalog too much, or is that the time where your music ain't really selling like that? It'll sell more if it was some controversy behind it. They figure, I know how we could get some controversy. Get him in a sexual assault case and throw him in jail, or sabotage his private jet or something like that. Sabotage their car, and if they die in a car accident, then their catalog will go up.
Shit, crazy. That's crazy, ain't it?
That's the type of industry that they in. I hope the celebrities know that's the type of industry that they're in. I think by now they should know.
And the thing is, being as though Tyler Perry name is being plastered all over the media for sexual assault, it's a lot of other people shaking in their ass right now, boy. These niggas is scared. They're like, damn, they didn't put Tyler in the media, and they thinking Tyler do all this cool, clean shit, like he clean, squeaky clean guy that looks out for everybody, like. And they like, damn, even his name is tied up in some shit. Bro, a lot of these celebrity niggas is shivering right now, bro. Because they don't know if they next. It's like these niggas being picked out of a hat and shit. It's like they don't know if their name is going to be drawn next. Has to be sacrificed in the media. Because they being used as a distraction as well. So and they want them out of position. I know a lot of these niggas are scared right now. They are scared right now, bro. They seeing Tyler Perry. That's one of their top. That's one of their top individuals, bro. Like he was even looking out for the Duchess of what's their name? The Harry and his wife. He was even housing them and looking out for them when they was running from them peoples over there.
They don't care, man.
Yeah, that's why I said, yo, a lot of these niggas are scared right now.
They don't care. They don't give a shit. Yeah, they take anybody. Epstein was big.
Right. Epstein was one of the top. He was one of the top.
Exactly.
People. Like, so a lot of these people we looking in to be like all this Beyonce and shit, these Jay-Z shit and all that, this Oprah and all this shit, bro, all that shit is going. These niggas is potential targets. If you sacrifice to the media, bro, they don't give a shit about their status and that none of that mean anything, bro. These niggas is targets or potential targets. Dang. Like, yeah, I bet you nobody probably ever thought they was gonna see Tyler Perry name in the media on some shit like this. Just like we ain't think we was gonna see old ass Smokey name in the media in that light.
Smokey Robinson shit is ridiculous, bro. I don't even like hearing about that because you know they were lying. When we covered that, John, you could look at those lawyer faces and tell that them damn lawyers were
money hungry bad. Money hungry.
Hungry. You can see it all in their eyes and the way that they talk. Money hungry bastards.
Money hungry bastards. Blood sucking fiends. Vampires. Looking for any come
blood sucking fiends and vampires.
They on some Tony Busby shit.
Yeah, the Tony Busby dude was the worst, bro.
He the worst.
He's the worst, bro. That's why I don't believe it. I don't be believing nothing these niggas be saying.
Oh, see, you say you believe it. You believe Tyler Perry got hopped in bed and rubbed the nigga thigh. Paula C. said, I believe it. They said, and then you got some people saying if he ain't do that, he did some other shit. But yeah, but we gotta have evidence, man. Like you can't just be saying niggas did some shit
Why we
without no
just keep
evidence,
saying
man.
that? Why we just keep saying that niggas did this and niggas did that without no evidence, and then actually say it like it's law? You know what I mean? Like it's been proven already in court.
Shit, they molding and shaping
None of this
public
shit
opinion.
is just a bunch of rumors.
Yeah, I think they molding and shaping public opinion, man. Paula C said, yup. You think he hopped in bed and rubbed dude's thigh? Why dude ain't swing on him and punch him in the head or something, man? Like why dude just let
Why
the
do you
ball
think
rub his
he should
thigh?
get 260 million for that?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's worth 200. A rub on the thigh ain't worth 260 million, bro.
Bro, people who lose a limb when they
Man,
sue, they like when they lose a
like,
limb due to an accident of someone else's fault, they not suing for no 200 and something million. Even when they sue hospitals and all that
he doing
stuff.
more, he overdoing this
So
shit.
who's getting 200 mil? He getting 200 mil because Tyler Perry rubbed
Yeah,
his leg.
yeah, but is he losing? Did he got the proof?
260 million to
But
rub his
then
leg.
again, he got to prove that he lost 260 million. A potential
Bro,
gain
that's an
that he was going.
expensive ass
Yeah,
leg right
he's
there,
not
bro.
he's not going to be able to prove that he took a loss that was worth 260 million. So you
Bro,
still have to prove.
$260
Yeah,
million
you still
die.
have. Yeah, you still have to prove that you took a loss in that amount that he's being sued for. You still have to, like, everything that happened has to accumulate up to 260 million. You have to show that you in a deficit for 260 million based off the fact that you lost deals. You might have lost, like, due to mental illness or hospital bills, or bills that racked up from seeing a psychiatrist. And like, if you ain't proven that anything equals up to 260 million, nigga, then you lost. Why even aim that high?
Bro.
But I know what they don't. But I know that the objective
high?
is to get him to get Tyler Perry to settle out of court for a high amount. See, 260 is just 260 million is just, like a scare point. It's like, all right, do you think it's worth being dragged through the media, through the courts, and all that? That's how the nigga lawyer gonna look at it. Like the dude that's representing this Dixon nigga, he's more on the kick like, is it worth your name being dragged through the media? Is it worth, you being dragged through the courts and court fees and this and that? Listen, my client wants $60 million. Shit like that. That's what they go with. My client wants 60 million to settle out. So them high ass figures be just numbers they throw in there so you can settle out for a certain amount.
He won 260 million because he said he got in the bed with him and touched his leg.
Yeah, but you still have to prove that he went in, at a deficit for 260 million.
Bro, that shit
like
sounds silly as hell.
Yeah, like he had to prove that he lost deals and all that shit that amount up to $260 million. If he don't prove that, then the nigga lost. He's gonna lose. Yup.
Bro, you know how goofy this shit sound? Like, just think about how, just listen, bro. He sat on a bed and touched his thigh. Now he needs $260 million.
Right.
Why are we even talk? Why is this even a conversation? Do you know how goofy that is?
Yeah.
260 million? And that's all he did?
Yeah, it's goofy shit, bro.
That's goofy, bro. That's one expensive ass thigh right there.
Expensive ass
thigh.
That
nigga got a $260 million thigh.
Yo, he said that's an expensive ass thigh right there.
That's an expensive ass thigh. This nigga got a $260 million thigh, man. Yeah, man.
Shit, bro.
Nah, no way.
Yeah, you funny as shit saying he got
I
200.
don't even think in the last 10 years KFC made 260 million off their thighs. This nigga trying to get 260 million off of his one thigh. Get him the fuck out of here forever. Get him out of here forever. I don't even want to see him in this picture right now, man. Crop him out.
Nah, this the other dude Tyler is on a boat with Mariah Carey's ex-husband. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. He putting himself in position. Like I wouldn't even be meeting with no niggas on the boat and all that shit. Fuck all
Oh
that.
man.
Meet me in the office, nigga. Meet
Get
me in the
all these
office.
actors out here,
Listen,
man.
Tyler Perry, meet with these niggas in the office with cameras on, bro. Let them niggas know, listen, you're being recorded for purpose, you know what I mean, for my safety only. Like, you know what I mean? Like, stop putting yourself in position when you shit like this. Like, and this could be very innocent right here. Like, he can be meeting a nigga based off a movie role bull about, you know what I mean, bull trying to get. Shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? But people looking at this on some sexual shit, like he would bull like on some dating shit. That might not even. I mean, it kind of look, yeah, do look suspect. That shit do look suspect though, but
the funny thing, both of them niggas looking like, damn, look, the feds taking my picture.
Yeah, right. Like,
both of them niggas look, and they look like two undercover cops.
Yeah, they look like two undercover
cops sitting there, but the feds is taking their picture.
They look like two undercover agents and shit.
They look like two undercover agents and shit, bro. Look at that.
But like, bro, like.
Bro, I'm sorry, but this shit is getting more and more ridiculous out here. First, they try to say smoky old asses out here hitting chicks, three chicks in one day. Old ass Smokey.
Who?
Old ass Smokey out here hitting 3 chicks in one day. Or
Smokey Rob. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Smokey Robinson. Old ass Smokey Robinson. And they want 80 million from him. Oh, that now they want 260 million from Tyler Perry for touching some nigga thigh. Like, do you know how stupid I sound? I sound stupid just saying this shit. Cause I sound like somebody that just sit here and just make some shit up and gossip, but nah, that's the real shit that's going on in the media. Do you know how goofy this is? 260 million because he got in bed and touched his thigh, bro. I'm done. Night and Day Herbals, man. Make sure y'all head over to Night and Day Herbals.
Yeah, check out our herbal shop.
On the CBD products.
Yeah, check out our herbal shop. We got good quality products on there, man. Yeah, check out our herbal shop. This ain't shit you buy at regular stores and none of that. It's herbal soaps, hair growth shampoos and conditioners, stuff to grow your hair. Like, we got stuff on there that, to help grow your hair. Maybe your edges is, falling back and you might need to grow your edges. Shit on there for that. Shampoos and conditioners, deep cleansing shampoos and conditioners that help your hair grow as well. Soaps and body oils. We have a lot of stuff on there for detox, to detox and cleanse your system out, especially with all this fast food and food recall shit going on. Like all these food ain't even for human consumption nowadays. Like, if you ain't shopping at your local butcher and people from local farms and shit, farmers markets and shit like that, this commercialized shit is just not for human consumption. It isn't. There's like 1,000 ingredients in the back. You're like, all right, what's all this phosphate and cafusilasolide and all these different weird ass scientific laboratory names? It's like, is it food or is it drug, man? It's like, you don't even know if it's food or drug anymore. It's like, this is a drug. Like, why y'all got all these ingredients in this shit, bro? This ain't even food no more.
Yeah, too many chemicals.
You got detox from that shit, bro. You gotta clean your system out. First of all, the chemicals don't even have you thinking right. Like, it controls your mood. Like the food that we consuming, that shit controls your mood and everything. So if you eating shit that got 1,000 ingredients and you eating that shit every day,
Right.
you ain't even in the right mind state to even think about any goddamn thing. Because it's a mood, nothing that shit is mood enhancers and things that play on your you know what I mean, on your chemical imbalance. Like, that shit ain't even fit to eat. That shit ain't even fit to eat no more, bro. That shit ain't real food no more.
Not with 1,000 ingredients. Hell no.
Nah. So y'all check out the detox drink on there. Y'all definitely want to get the detox drink. I don't even think the Zeolite is even available. I think we sold out of that. But the detox drink on there, definitely get the detox drink. You can look on there and see all the natural ingredients it's made up with.
Sea moss
Yeah, and the sea moss. Yeah, we got all the sea mosses on there. We got a bunch of sea moss, different sea moss teas on there. And we got the fruit infused sea moss as well. So you can eat that, in a smoothie or spoon eat that every day, every morning. Or you can put that in your, in your smoothie or you could put it on your waffles or anything like that. You could put it on, but definitely get the sea moss.
Right.
And we got a bunch of CBD on there. If you a person that, want to get away from, tobacco, we got CBD cigarettes, naturally grown CBD cigarettes, man. So you can that's an alternative for people that's really trying to get away from, smoking the tobacco and shit like that. So if you want something a little bit more healthier and some shit that can actually help you with any type of insomnia or stress and shit like that, the CBD cigarettes and the pre-rolls. We got vapes on there. We actually have flour on there as well, so you can make a tea with that, or you can smoke it. Yeah, check out our shop, man. 90 Day Herbals, man. Shop with us, man. Right now we got good deals going on, so when you check out the the percentages already come off your purchases when you check out. So make sure you go over there and check us out. You said Terry Crews got his stuff snatched, but yeah,
they definitely they pieced up Terry Crews in his private area in his Johnskis, grabbing him all up at a party right out in the open.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just that type of stuff goes on all the time in the workplaces, especially in Hollywood. So yeah. 260 mil though? Nah. We're gonna leave that right there.
Right. So
no, Dixon, you don't get 260 mil.
Nah, he trying to settle out for a high number.
Facts. Make sure y'all check out our Night and Day Cartoon Network channel also.
Oh yeah. Check out Night and Day Cartoon Network, man. We got, we animated movies on there. We got the Diddy trial on there. So make sure y'all definitely check out Night and Day Cartoon Network. We got the Hood Times series on there as well. We got the Kanye Get Out movie on there. So check us out on YouTube, Night and Day Cartoon Network, man. One of the best channels on YouTube as far as entertainment and cartoon wise, man. So check us out. All right.
That's all we got for the people. We see y'all again.
Yeah, we see y'all. We'll be back on our
We'll be back.
We'll be over there on Night and Day Cartoon Network, man. We be putting shit out over there.
Thanks.
So so check us out. And on that note, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. Catch y'all on the next live.
Shop now at nightanddayherbals.com and enjoy 35% off all our herbal CBD products. Automatically applied at checkout.